Okay, well.
I feel like I'm like just literally just like sitting behind like a really tiny little desk.
Yeah, you're in like a school. You're doing like a school exam or something. You haven't told the rest of us. Like
I haven't studied for this yet.
The last time I had this dream, I was in the nip.
Harry Potter on the higher level history test.
Oh no! I got nervous. I got really nervous.
I thought you were going to do Irish, and I was like, Léigh
Léigh is the cormac in the school pop here.
I was so glad.
You got it. I'm gonna get it. And I haven't agreed.
Oh my god! I think I'm having like a little bit of an anxiety attack.
Everybody does.
It's trauma. It's our collective trauma.
If it makes you feel any better, my history.
I'm gonna come to the letters.
If it helps, my history teacher in secondary school was Norty, and he sounded lovely. His name was Barry Keown. Oh.
That's a good Nordy name in fairness.
He was from Larne.
Larne. Oh my god.
History.
I actually,
hang on, you got a Barry Keown from Larne.
Larne.
Oh my fucking god! Like I can actually see the balaclava on him. It's fantastic.
Given the fact that he was, I think he was supposed to be from the other side, but we won him over with the crisps.
Oh, you turn the face. Yeah.
Tato.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tato.
We feel this draw.
The real Tato.
We feel this draw with
because Nordy Tato is very different to the Southern Tato.
The Southern Tato.
Southern Tato, yeah. Hi, we're rolling.
Thank you for that, for joining us for an Irish history lesson and Tato lesson.
How to lose an Irish audience in 5 seconds? I fucking talk about the Errol again. Get out.
So someone's like having a flashback now at the moment.
Yeah.
We're finally into year 4.
Mm-hmm.
Year 5, year 4.
Transition year.
Transition
year. Yeah.
Who did TY?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I did.
I skipped.
You skipped it?
I skipped, yeah.
That was probably the greatest decision, or the smartest decision you ever could have made.
Yeah.
I find TY literally...
Home economics, business studies, and Japanese. Great.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did Japanese, and I ended up doing Japanese from leaving cert because
I was nearly doing it. And
Well, you would've been
then I realised I'm a coward.
We were legit, we didn't even turn up. Like, they didn't care if the 4th years weren't around.
See, it very much depends on the school, because I transferred mid-year. And from one school that was doing transition year shite, transferred up to Ashford, and they had us doing everything.
Yeah, we were flat.
Yeah. Now, could we go and do a project when we were in a class I didn't like? Yeah, they'd still end up finding you and looking for the project.
We were legit like, it was like, okay, so one week we did like action track.
Yeah.
And then like we didn't see a teacher for the next like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
are you still here?
Then it was literally like, so you can go to Westwood Gym now for PE every Wednesday. So we're like, oh, okay. So they just literally
where you were.
Westwood Gym in Fairview.
No, you could go there
for PE. From the Dalsall.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was literally, and then it got to a point where we realised, we could go every day if we wanted, because the guys at the gym didn't know it was only meant to be one day, so we did rock climbing, we did spinning classes. Like, we literally spent our days in the gym.
Damn.
And then we'd go to McDonald's afterwards, and not a teacher.
I still choose to believe that this has been like the greatest administrative error the school's ever made. Was like, listen, look at the gains they have. Like they could win.
It was basically,
they could win the game.
It was basically a case of, do you know what? They're all pretty much like hitting like the 16, 17 years. Yeah. They're responsible now. We can trust them to do their own thing. Half of us hide behind the fucking school stage. Yeah. Every fucking like Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, got a new weed. Like that was what we did. So here we are here at Hogwarts, which, if anything, this is actually kind of like what my transition year was like. We didn't go to fucking class. Instead, we had the Tri-Wizard tournament, which was basically how much weed could you smoke in a day.
This is what you imagined was happening.
No, that was... Yeah.
Do you ever find it weird that we were at that age at the time of these? We were at the right age
15.
to be... Yeah. Behold the year.
Yeah.
No.
It just...
pretend.
It just
Kira, you were 15.
You were 15.
Yes. When you were reading the books.
15.
Yeah. And watching the movies.
Sure.
This will fucking work eventually.
I wasn't
I
nearly
will make-
20 when I was going into this.
Swear to fucking God, for your birthday I'm getting you a hypnotist.
How old were you?
I would have 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if you found-
Gee, you little cradle snatcher. Rawr. Oh, you're a cougar. You're a tiger. Rawr. Okay. Before we get, because this is going to be a long ass movie.
Yeah, strap yourself in, boys.
Yeah, so get ready for.
Cue the Benny Hill music.
I king of the hill at it. Ding, 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 ding.
It's just us like occasionally changing cans.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, we'll get into it. So we're into our 4th year. It's getting a little bit darker. The Triwizard Tournament is up. This is going to be the one and only entry with Edward Cullen.
Jerry is not here.
So
this is the last one I've actually seen.
Let's go.
You haven't seen any other ones after
I've
this.
seen bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like snippets of the other ones, but
So
I've never.
knowing what we were gonna be watching, I purposely am wearing a trans pride
Yeah,
shirt.
fuck that cunt.
So I look forward to the new release of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling and the Black Mold. I think it's going to be great.
Although, to be fair, it does explain kind of where she came up with some of the concepts now.
Yeah.
Right, let's
No,
play.
she's a complete plagiarist.
I prefer to work in Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
The mycelium.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. M.Y. Celium is one of my favourite authors.
Yeah, it's good. The window's open.
Yeah.
Strawberry
We
raspberry
only
ice.
impose a room in ours here.
Grand.
No, it's just because there's two.
When
It's
there's
too
two
vape.
of
I
them,
know,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I wanted to say it that way
It's
to make it...
vapey.
No, I wanted to say it that way because it sounds like bullying, but it actually isn't.
I wouldn't trust him. Why? He's a little bit too vapey, that fella.
He's one with the vapors, I believe.
Dog.
Snake.
Who let her out?
Who let the
Your
dogs out? Who?
Well, she's fed up with her. She's having to do it with your dad as well.
Was I the only one when people
Yes.
start
Come in.
speaking parcel tone got a little bit turned on? Just a whispering.
At least we got to eat in peace.
Yes.
Hello, puppy.
Hi. Hello.
She's like, "Sir."
Let the flailing begin. However,
And his fiery goblet.
Okay, you can stop that now. Yeah, we're joined by
Tina.
Tina.
Gentle.
can you tell?
Any nation on the planet that gets kicked in the shins harder than us when it comes to national representation.
Oh, we're here.
No.
Hey.
I was loving this. I played hurling at the time on most of the Harry Potter films.
Mm.
We went to the actual screening of the first of the Harry Potter with the GA team and went in every subsequent year. And every time there was Quidditch, we were loving it because we played hurling.
Yeah.
And our team colours are green and white, so we were cheering for Slytherin.
Mm.
And then I saw Ireland in Quidditch, and I'm like, this is brilliant. I'm having the best time in my life. And then when the moment happens later on.
I was like, you dirty bastards.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
actually do us. Have you seen this before?
No, I haven't. So this will be new
Right.
to me. Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Is
a moment.
a moment in this where
Yeah.
you're like, you fucking stereotypical cunts.
Yeah.
Even reading it, I was just like, go on.
I mean, I think we've already well established just based off the character.
No, this
that-
is this is.
Oh, this is new level, is it?
This
Yeah.
is proper like, wow. But then
Yeah.
remember what year this is set.
Yeah.
So it would have made sense for the year for that to have been the reaction to it, maybe.
I mean, J.K. Rowling using stereotypes.
Can we?
Yeah.
I'm actually just going to ask Kira this because actually no, Brian, you will also be able to. Jason Isaac smash up pass.
Which I don't retain names. What one is that?
Okay, just take off the really blonde hair, the long blonde hair.
Father?
Yeah, father.
Yeah.
Oh, without question. Yeah.
Smash.
Okay, without question.
Smash.
Yeah. I've seen interviews with him recently. Yeah.
Oh, smash
He's
the
a
hell out.
lovely. He's a lovely one.
Honest to God, even in Event Horizon, I'm just like, oh, I'd smash the fuck out of you.
He's got a lovely way about him.
Did you watch White Lotus? He's a lovely way about him.
I don't watch a lot of things. I'll put it on the list though.
Just for him.
He does do a full frontal.
Here we are.
Oh, titty deep potato. Here we are.
There's
On
the
the lads.
Irish command. There it is.
No, there's another part.
This one in particular.
Just in terms of like my
There it is.
having read the book before seeing the movie, that's not how I imagine Porky's working.
Yeah.
The like almost like walking down from the air. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. They never seem to get the twins right for me. They just in the books they seem to cause a lot more chaos and mischief. And
I think though as well, when it comes to movies,
there's only so much you can get in.
Yeah,
They were more interesting though.
they were.
Actually, like, I'd rather follow the...
But like
the
how
Weasleys
how
and-
much time would it have taken to like have them landing some way like different to everybody else? Because didn't they do that in the book? It's over 20 years since I read it. I don't remember.
Is Winston Churchill?
So,
But like,
if it was, he would be very much excited for Bulgaria to win. So, as
on topics are never mentioned.
I think they get like Justin seen, but like not by actual like name or anything.
Yeah, but not Dudley.
No.
And like, isn't there supposed to be 2 tents? One for the girls, one for the boys.
I actually can't remember.
Ron getting the horn for the Bulgarian captain there.
to be fair, Ireland versus
Hold on.
Bulgaria is a very 90s football coded
This
match.
is-
To be fair,
Here it comes. Are you fucking kidding me?
Bye.
There's literally a bunch of explosions going on outside. Sounds like the Irish have got their pride on. Now, that is very offensive
yeah,
to an extent, but then it's also a case of this is set in the 90s.
Yeah, set in the
when
90s,
the
yeah.
fucking troubles were still going on. And they're literally after
Zombie.
insinuating that the Irish have literally just turned into the terrorists that
Yes.
they are.
That's only the mudbloods that had to deal with that.
Like, honest to God, like...
Wizarding Irish didn't have to worry about that type of stuff.
they were above that sort of thing. Yeah,
They were
And-
fucking making the bombs. We all seen what Seamus does. All
Exactly.
Seamus does is blow shit up.
yeah. Like it's
Later on in the final movie,
yeah.
it is a case of Seamus, do what you do best.
Oh, for
Blow
fuck's
shit
sake.
up.
Blow
You're
shit
like,
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Kneecap is
the
sent to the
token Irish kid in there is basically is like, look, you little mini terrorist.
Yeah, that's again that line of dialogue. I totally agree with you. I also agree with Brian in the sense where like it's the leprechaun that annoyed me the most, because I don't think at any given point, I'm even trying to think of at any time Ireland ever made it big in any fucking sporting tournament, we didn't bring out the fucking leprechauns. You know, kind of
Have
way.
you seen our president? Yes, we have.
Yes, but he's like fair
They've
point.
also
Yeah.
sent Turkey to the Eurovision.
Yeah.
Oh, that was clearly a protest.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was a protest. It was like, here, you're never going to vote for us again, so just fuck you. Here's the worst possible act we could find.
I'm gonna say this to you because you'll get it. But anytime I read like the Harry Potter fan fictions, and it's always during the Triwizard tournament when this all like goes down, it's like they get Hermione out of there, just like, oh, you're such a little prince. Sorry.
Amy David.
But like, there's so much missing from this. Like, there's no Ludo. Is there?
No.
There's a major character omission, in my opinion. Of Winky.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a terrible tattoo idea.
It is also. Oh Jesus! The amount of people that go around with fucking get ear tattoos is actually shocking.
That's what you.
Like I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of no better with regards to when it comes to a pop culture tattoo. Alright.
Sigh. Look, that's cute though.
That's actually hilariously thing because that wasn't even the pop culture tattoo I was thinking of.
Oh, okay,
but
right.
Fair enough. That actually also is but like of my 7 tattoos, 3 of them are in relation to television shows.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Which is like, I don't think Winnie the Pooh though is ever going to come out as, or Psyduck are ever going to come out as terrorism. terrorists.
I'm sorry, but I want.
Or are ever going to be used in probably
Jim
one
Cummings,
massive hell. No, that's the voice. You can you can take the voice away from the character in a sense, right? But like, it is one of those things. It's like a Death Eater tattoo.
You're encouraged, like it's a
Like you're encouraged,
genocide.
exactly right. In the context of if people know it as Harry Potter, then
Yeah.
they'll know exactly what that kind of means, and you will kind of look at someone a tiny bit differently.
The
But
Punisher.
it's also
The Punisher is a great example of that.
But it's also as well, like, imagine you have you have a Star Wars tattoo.
Yeah.
Right, and it's the Rebels. Let's say you have a Rebels tattoo, right? And in that movie, this is what it stands. You know exactly what it stands for. Then all of a sudden, some right wing organization decides we're going to use that.
Yeah.
As our, that's my biggest fear now. Now I'm granted, mine are pentagrams, so I should be okay.
Yeah.
Like mine are already. Yeah, like mine are already kind of.
But that's why I thought of the Punisher, because
based in religion, but the Punisher one is a massive.
That's an unbelievable one, considering that like all the kind of Blue Lives Matter crowd in the States have trying to take ownership of the Punisher one. Was it Kyle Rittenhouse that kind of like started all that off because he was in a Punisher shirt when he was shooting up that
the best thing
parade?
is though as well is like when people are looking at it going like the Punisher, like fucking Frank Castle would hate you.
Yeah,
but that's
so you don't understand.
Very obvious in the series.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
very obvious.
It's like when you watch The Boys.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone
people miss the point of Fight Club.
And it's like it is amazing. It's like
very well
like,
spotted.
I thought it was like hilarious. It's like in season 3 of The Boys, and it's like, God, this has gotten way too political. Like it's the Robin and it's the Mitchell and Webb joke. Are we the bad guys?
Yeah, and
it's like that's actually shit or. Holy crap, do you mean to tell me that Homelander's been the villain this entire time?
Yes.
How could you fucking... How did you not realise that? I was like, how has it taken you technically 6 years
like, I'm sorry, but
to
like,
figure this out?
The first episode we watched, like, the one of the first scenes in it is the plane crash.
He kills half the fucking passengers.
Are we pausing and go like... Are we genuinely being serious here and saying that Americans did not get the point of this?
They did not get the point of it at all.
Yours are fucking stupid. As a country, you need to have a word with yourselves.
It literally took until season 3 for them to be like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
It also actually took them until season 3 for them to go, oh, I don't like how this show's gotten real political.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always been political.
But that's always been the way.
It's always been a political satire, realistically, when you look at it.
But it's also, it's the same way with kind of Britain in a sense, is that like, they've never been comfortable with the idea of them, like, in a weird way, Britain kind of rolls her eyes going, oh yes, I suppose the British actor is the villain in this movie type of thing. It's like, well, yes, like, I'm sorry, but but Americans in particular aren't comfortable with the idea of them actually being the bad guys in an equation. Like they might have got this conflict wrong, or maybe they shouldn't have done this, whatever.
That's why I find it really funny with Apple.
Yeah.
Apple, anytime an Apple product is used in a television show or a movie, they have literally a clause been like, your villain cannot use an iPhone and it cannot use an Apple product.
Yeah.
You can't. Only the heroes can use it. And it's always really funny to me because of this and because of this little stupid tidbit that I fucking know from Apple. If I'm watching a movie and someone who was on the side of the heroes and they're using a fucking Android, I'm like, oh, you're the one that's going to turn on them.
Yeah.
Because you're not using an iPhone. And it's without fail. I've called movies without fail when I'm watching it with my family. My mom was like, how the fuck did you guess that? Like, I did not see that coming at all. And I was like, well, once you know the fucking...
He was
the
using
Apple
a BlackBerry.
sign.
Yeah.
He was using a BlackBerry.
He was literally, I think it was like one of the character was using a Google phone.
Yeah.
One of those Google ones. And I was like, I said to my mom, I was like, I bet you 50 quid he's going to turn. He's going to be on the, he's actually going to turn out to be like, he was the one that was like the rat in the whole situation. And when it proved to be right, Dad, she was like, oh, give her €50.
So, let me just move out of shot here for the real star of the show.
No, potato.
Let's not encourage her.
Look, that size of her. James. Look, there they are. One of me Lego sets.
I still really want to get her wand.
You have the carriage of that.
I think she has a beautiful wand.
Yeah, one there.
Sure, look, don't they all have beautiful wands?
Yeah, no beautiful wand on her.
Nah, some of them are ugly as fuck. They're literally just sticks.
Stick.
And I say that as I've already bought like Dracos, which is literally just like a stick.
Stick.
I love my Draco's wand.
Sticky.
It goes well with my little Draco shrine that I've got going, even though I am a Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff
Here's the
Brad.
drums. The drums.
Literally, when you walk in my house, on the left hand side, first thing you see, Hufflepuff house logo.
My desk in work, I actually had one of my keychains broke off my. It was my Hufflepuff keychain, but it broke. The tab on it broke, but I actually have it hanging now at my desk.
Yeah.
All my pins are hanging as well, or you saw all my pins were and stuff like that with my shrine.
I lost me key ring, so I just started to use a real badger.
Tuberculosis is killing me.
Hey, he doesn't seem to mind. He likes coming on the adventure.
Oh, I thought that was always. I always like felt really bad for badgers when I found out that.
Yeah.
It was like oh no, badgers are cold because of the TB. I'm like, oh, the poor babies.
Nah, that goes. Although they are similar racial harmony, as is evident by Bill Bailey's song. Hats off to the badgers.
God, like 1, 2.
Dead.
2 of them are dead. 3, if we counting, dead. Maggie Smith's also dead. They're dead. Extra in the back is probably dead for all we know.
Stabbed. All them candles. Dead.
Do you know what? I don't even think those candles are real.
Ah, now, Amy, come on now.
Shut your fucking whore mouth.
Listen, we've had some hot takes on this show.
Jesus Christ! Hold on a second.
We've had some hot takes, and that's too far
Shut
now.
your whore mouth.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, it's a go-to phrase.
You shut your dirty whore mouth, you donkey raping shit eater.
Yeah.
That's actually my brother's like go-to insult. You donkey raping shit eater. And like that movie came out 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean like that's had some serious leg room. Dead.
Fuck those candles.
They don't go well with the room.
And all of his sons are gorgeous. There, I said it.
That's not even a lie though.
No,
It's like
they're
Jesus
all-
Christ, and it's hilarious. It's just very like Jesus, Brendan, well done.
And then you see Brand.
You and Stalin, oh my God, Sazga, oh my God, yeah, him as well. Like, sir, you have beautiful, beautiful sons.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Brand playing the fiddle as well? Them fingers though.
Oh.
Tell me.
His brother was actually my dad's English teacher. Brendan Gleeson's brother was my dad's teacher in school. Is there a pigeon having a fucking party somewhere? Did you?
We often get pigeons, yes.
Okay.
Their fat asses normally land on the skylight. And
It would have been perfect if they were owls.
The second we'll just kind of like just pretend.
One of the
Like let's be honest here now for a second. Right? I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about the movie for a second. Right? When you hear about the Triwizard Tournament, right, and you basically is like, look, you're probably going to die. And then everyone is so upset that they can't compete in it. It's like, how low is your self-esteem as a whole that every single one of you is like, I would rather die, nearly die just to have that tiny bit of glory.
private school rugby players not getting a day off and getting whipped by the Christian Brothers.
That's a different type of glory now, to be fair.
But they have also said quite a lot that they don't have a lot of logic in the Wizarding World.
No, like there's no logic in the Wizarding World when you really think about it, because honestly, not one of these kids is doing anything that if you had magic powers you'd be doing.
I mean,
do you know how many bananas I'd have made alive? I would be sitting in my room making shit just come to life.
just Amy's there with her wand, just as a whole of this bananas with maracas.
Bananas just like dancing, wearing a Mexican hat.
A particular
and you know
cardboard
what?
cutout maybe.
I wouldn't need the cardboard cutout.
She'd have her bananas with maracas, obviously.
I would have the real thing. I'd be like, look, I used to think if I was Sabrina the Teenage Witch, right, and it used to be a thing where it was like, if you say someone's name 3 times, they appear, and they did the joke with Randy Travis. And it was like, And Davy Jones, I think, as well, was one of the monkeys who did it as well.
Right.
Alright, they were in the same episode, and I'm just like, my God, like, if I had that much power, like, I'd actually feel sorry for the celebrities. I'd be making coming to my house, like, just pure. And you know what? Most of the time it would just be just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like something.
It's like, I actually have no reason for wanting you. It's like when in South Park when they do the Biggie Smalls.
Yeah,
Biggie Smalls.
that's what it is. It's like,
I was like, I'd literally just be like,
Tim Curry. I've been here Wednesday. What do you want?
can we do the time warp again?
No.
Please? Can we just
Leave me alone.
I just want to do the song just one more time. Like, that is literally it. I was like, and then it would be how they'd be like saying restraining us, like, how do we enforce a restraining order when literally all she has to do is just say my name 3 times. Sometimes she does it, she can't even intending to do it. They're literally just having an argument over which one of my movies was better. Like, that's legit where it would be. I would be apologising to so many people.
He's there finally calling the police and going, no, I'm just saying, it's Clue. I'm telling you, it's Clue. It's been your best work, it's Clue. It's like, police, let me out.
No, I'm gonna have to go Rocky Horror.
I was doing a bit, it's fine.
Or is it? Oh no.
Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers is actually a top notch. Oh, Kiefer Sutherland.
He just appears from behind you. Where's the ball?
I need to ask you a few questions about
shit,
24.
you again. Never mind.
But that's what I mean, like, in those types, in like, when you look at like different worlds and like how magic is done in different places and stuff like that, you're very much like in the Sabrina the Teenage Witch universe. The Melissa Joan Hart side, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, not the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Although it's very broody. It's very broody and Riverdale coded.
It's supposed to be Riverdale coded. It's the same.
It is Riverdale,
cartoon. Yeah, they're both Archie comics.
What's this? A crossover episode? Yes, it was.
Yes, correct answer.
Highest ratio to payment and dialogue of any actor. Malfoy got his fucking payday.
They actually do have that as a Funko Pop, and it disturbs me so fucking much. I was just like, no, because I'll forget that that's not actually on it. Like, that's part of the thing. I would think it was something else instead.
Facehugger.
Yeah.
Also, can we just look at Matthew Lewis here for a moment?
Yeah.
Right?
Slow.
Just knowing what he is going to become.
Mm-hmm.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Fucking Neville tight bottom.
Neville in your bottom.
I mean, they've all done well. I give it to them.
Have they?
I mean, if they're not millionaires, they're gorgeous.
That's fair.
And obviously, either being a millionaire or gorgeous is the only 2 things that matter in life now. So
I'd still think Emma fucking Watson, she got such a fucking disgusting way out of the entire thing. Like, they literally waited until her 18th birthday.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as she turned 18, those cameras were shoved underneath her skirt.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
That's, like, it's one, and then they had the audacity to be like, well, we waited until she was 18 to do it. It's like, that's not
that's you showing common decency, like, get the fuck,
like, you fucking perverts.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you all.
It's the same reason why I don't like travelling on the train when I'm in Japan.
And then people wonder
in
why
fairness,
she
you
fucking...
are wearing a sailor fuku while you're on the train, so you're kind of you're asking for trouble there a little bit now.
People wondered why she like got out of show business when she did for the time.
Rightfully so,
like,
yeah.
But
to be fair though as well, she also didn't need the money after that.
No.
She is.
Her parents seemed genuinely to like her.
Yeah, yeah.
So like they didn't actually fuck her over. She went to college.
I was of the right age at the right time to be absolutely justified in having just an absolutely unfathomable attraction to that particular screen character. It was fine. And out of all of them, I don't think we can argue there's anyone much better looking in this current day and age from the cast. She could stop traffic with a look.
No, to be fair, she is actually a very beautiful looking woman.
And her fucking business acumen to get all the fucking all the merchandising rights from being Beauty and the Beast. Fuck yeah.
Fuck you. Like, she's
fuck
smart
you.
as fuck.
Fuck you.
And also as well, I actually love her in the most recent, the 2019 version of Little Women. Yeah. She plays Meg. She does it so well. Florence Pugh as Amy is a bit hit and miss, because I'm kind of like, I actually really like Kirsten Dunst's version of Amy. Yeah. But I didn't like who the fucking one who played the older version of her. It's Castle's wife actually in the Punisher movie.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck is her name? The Thomas Jane Punisher movie. Oh, it's not Amy Smart.
Adams?
No, God, no.
That's what I was thinking.
I'll tell you now.
Lovely hair.
Little Women 1994. That actually was a class cast, that was. Samantha Mattis.
They went through a phase of some of the classics being made with some killer
Alright,
casts.
I'm just going to go through this here, right? I know this is off topic, right?
Yes.
But Little Women 1994 is actually probably my favourite version of Little Women, screen version of Little Women, right?
Right.
You've got Winona Ryder, Kirsten Dunst, Christian Bale, Susan Sarandon, Claire Danes, Gabriel Byrne, Eric Stoltz, to be honest with you, that's actually the main cast now there, to be fair, so like that's all I'm kind of like near to go. John Neville is actually in it as well. But like
I'm Batman.
Trini Alvarado played Meg in that one, I forgot. But like that's actually a fantastic cast, and they really do, like, they're actually very well cast
In a
to
way,
their roles.
that's a movie where the cast kind of ages well as well. Because then they go, it actually was actually quite good.
Yeah,
you know?
I actually kind of forgot for a minute that Teddy was Christian Bale actually was Teddy.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't really like about it, but I do love Gabriel Byrne. Like, it's a shame they didn't just get a German actor.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like they didn't have any, but yeah. But Susan Sarandon, top notch casting there for her from Army. Do you know the way sometimes there's like in sets of twins, there's always a good looking twin. It's not even a joke. There is always a better looking twin.
There were 2 sets of twins in my secondary school. 2 families of the same name, and I agree.
Yeah, because I actually in my year there was twins in my year, and it's the most terrible thing. They were identical twins, but literally everyone could still tell them apart because there was a prettier twin.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious when you think about it. And Joe was actually really funny. I actually went to play school with those girls. And we didn't go to the same primary schools, but we went to play school together, and it wasn't until we were in first year in secondary school and I was like, I know yous.
Yeah.
That we realised we all went to the same play school. Their dad was the barman at my mum and dad's local.
Right.
And it was actually really funny because my mum and dad started going there. He had only started working there. And it was like, do you have the dot? And he goes, oh my God. And that's how they all, we all like, kind
do you have a
connected the
child?
dots.
Yeah, she keeps trying to rob the vodka.
It's watered down.
I now canonically believe that in Brooding in the Harry Potter universe.
They are.
It's
kind of like a kind of Kevin Bacon rule on it. It's like anything that Bernard Gleeson has been in.
The Brendan verse.
The Gleeson verse, yeah.
Oh, that's so fucking cute.
So let's do the white now.
Oh, that's really cute.
That's
That is.
I think it still has a way to go to be better than the Champions League draw, but it's a start, isn't it? Like,
A little bit more flair. But
yeah. Well, the new Champions League draw is shite now. They just pick a team, they just press button, and like, okay, here's your fixtures. I was like, no, you ruined it.
They need to bring in the telly bingo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The old lot of numbers.
Yeah. I'd love that. It's like, and now first is Real Madrid again. Oh, we're about to put him back.
He said, Calumny. Enoch Bork, what are you doing here?
What's he now, Bert, doing in the impact zone?
He's about to start like misgendering students.
By invitation of the author.
As
That one. Just pointing out to them.
I'll be absolutely honest with you. I fully expect J.K. Rowling to now to be doing
This is so fucking frustrating. This, okay, because obviously this is not how it was meant to go, right? But anyway, this annoys me to no end. Be in the book or just in general with this, okay? Everyone is very quick to point out that Dumbledore is the most powerful wizard. Dumbledore is the one that made this age line. And yet, every single person there still believes that Harry Potter, this fucking idiot, who doesn't even know how half of the wizard world works still. And they were all like, oh, he clearly did this himself.
He is the one.
No, fuck that shit, alright? Because even at that point, the chosen one, right? He still has to have an understanding of magic, and this little prick still doesn't even know how to use his fucking wand correctly. Yeah. Right? So I'm sorry, but the fact that every single person is judging him of being like, how you did this, when realistically the question should be, someone's after stitching him the fuck up,
Yeah.
and we need to figure out who. But no. Wizards are... The wizarding world is fucked.
Mm.
No logic.
There's no logic in it, but there's also no accountability either.
Yeah.
Should just wait for one to fix it.
And we all know that this fuckhead isn't doing it.
No. Like,
So
it's...
clearly, and everyone is just choosing to ignore the logic
Yeah.
of this.
The performer...
And they'd rather go, yeah, that's it. Also, as well, sorry, what the goblet has decided has to go. Says fucking who?
Who, yeah.
You. Sorry, Trigger, go off and fucking find here and just be done with it.
Again, much of our conversation, I choose to believe that is Trigger.
It is fucking Trigger. That is definitely Trigger.
That's absolutely
Delboy
definitely... Yeah.
literally told him, I have a job for you up in Scotland.
You got a few bots now, Trigger,
And
yeah.
just see what happens. That's why fucking Del and Rodney never got to become it. It's because literally Trigger was just
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Shake that wand.
The Weasleys broke the seal. And they're dealing with some type of weird, ancient historical arcana pact. Do not fuck with your hairy goblet. Like, I get it, lads. This lad's fucking daydreaming in a fucking pool of his own snot. Like, come on.
That's not his own snot, that's his cum.
Yeah.
That's why it's so fluorescent.
That's why it's flashing, yeah.
That's why it's so
Hey,
fluorescent.
Yeah.
Like, it's the memories that could have been. So, yeah.
The children
Checks
I
out quite
would
well,
have had.
actually, yeah.
Look at him and his little his little headboard babies.
I will actually say one of my favourite things though as well, and this is kind of like, it's always kind of like in the fan fiction that you see, or just like the fan made memes and stuff of McGonagall and Snape together, and it's always like just the two of them just being sassy little queens.
Oh,
And I'm just like, do you know what? I'd love to believe that like at Christmas or Halloween is like anytime there's like a prank going on and the Weasleys, you know, the two of them are like detention or just like get out of my sight. You know for a fact that afterwards they were like
They've
this.
had bets on things.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they are well loving this shit going on.
Who did you have in detention today?
They're also the only two that are legit. Like we should probably tell Harry exactly what's gonna happen. Maybe we should like fill him in on,
Yeah, it's just
on
like,
everything that's going on.
I know.
Whereas like Dumbledore is like, nah, fuck it, it's funnier this way.
Look, Dumbledore's always fucking
Look,
biscuit.
Harry and Ron have broken up again. Oh, I did that this time. That was me because I lied.
I believe I win £5.
Next chocolate frog's on you, McGonagall.
I believe there's a pint of bitter in my near future.
But like you'd love to. I fully believe that. Like anytime I look at the memes of those two, it is very much like I fully believe that yes, the two of you were ripping the piss out of the students.
Yeah, it's just there. I was like, have you? I don't suppose you've heard of what's been happening in Gryffindor lately. Well,
Just
pull up
like,
a
I
chair.
just thought
I've got a kettle of tea to spill.
Especially when Umbridge turns up.
Oh yeah.
When Umbridge turns up, you
Bitch.
know for a fact that the two of them are chilling in whatever staff room they can find.
Yeah.
Been like, Winky, get the fucking tea. Get the tea. We are going to bitch about this
Put the
bitch.
kettle on. This is going to be a deluxe lunch break.
That's why all the Defense Against the Dark Arts fucking teachers couldn't handle it.
Mm.
The two of them were just ripping into them in the teachers' lab.
That's true. That's
Why they left.
That's
There's nothing to do with nothing else. It's not the Dark Lord, it's just banter.
Yeah, exactly. It was just banter.
Clearly, Voldemort can't handle a joke.
Mm. Of course, Voldemort, of course, is laughing for shy crack.
Yeah, and also, excuse me, in Bruges.
Is that how he started off?
It would make sense.
Yeah.
His name was Harry.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's a matter of honor. You gotta bring the
Also,
you gotta bring the Death Eaters with you, Dark
the
Dark
thing
Lord.
in as well, it's not until Deathly Hallows.
Mm.
Deathly Hallows is the wedding. Yeah, Deathly Hallows. So it's not until Deathly Hallows, obviously, when Fleur is marrying into the Weasleys.
Yeah.
It's just everything else in between is skipped. You're kind of like, as you're watching the movies, you're like, when the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It just happens. It's just, oh yeah, no, I'm marrying Charlie.
It's not relevant to the
Charlie.
story.
Bill.
Bill. One of the Gleasons.
Bill.
The other
Gleason, yeah.
Yeah.
A Gleason.
She's marrying the Gleason.
The one who wasn't the most fertile man in Ireland.
That's the film that he was in. Did he also do Frank?
I'm not sure.
Frank Ireland. Was it a TV show
I've
on
never,
Prime? I
I've
think
never
it was.
remembered of Orlando Bloom being a milkman and also a boxer.
Calcium Kid.
There you go. Thank you.
Him and Katy Perry are getting a divorce.
Yeah, she's suffering from a lack of fucking from oxygen deprivation at the moment.
I thought you say personality.
You have to admit, it's like when every single one of her relationship is ending by the same way, you have to start thinking maybe you are the problem.
I don't know. I think heroin Jesus might have been.
Yeah.
Do you know what the funny thing is though? He dumped her. Like when you actually look back at that, and you have to remember, shit, you were dumped by him. You didn't dump him. He dumped you. I'm sorry, but
no, you're right. You're correct.
I think she might be the problem here. Like,
I think the selection process might be faulty.
Yeah, they need to go back to tender.
She needs to go back to proportional representation.
but also the thing as well, the two of them were engaged for like 6 years. Her and Orlando Bloom, I'm talking about, they were engaged for like 6 years. They I know that they do have one child together. I know that for sure. Daisy, I want to say.
I think so.
But it's also but it's like it is a question of like, oh yeah, apparently he was cheating on her as well. It's like every single one of her partners has cheated on her. It's not even a sense of the partner. It's like I'm sensing that actually I think you might have already been separated.
Yeah, but it's an odd one. Maybe she likes being a couple.
She's never fucking around. So I'm sorry. So I'm starting to think maybe there was already a separation here.
You never know with these Hollywood power couples.
Yeah.
Although I still don't like elves.
What am I
I love that we're checking every single one.
I don't care. I spent a lot of time on those Easter eggs.
Terrible.
They ruined every fucking. I'm so. It's the most irrational thing.
You're gonna have to fill Brian in on this on this very irrational hatred.
Have you ever heard of the dream I had about the Easter eggs?
No.
Right. So I had a dream.
I'm getting you a drink for this. You need a drink for this.
So, my dream was I was on Easter Island, not the one with the heads, right?
And Easter Island.
And Easter Island.
Oh no, I'm following.
You're with us here, yeah.
The Easter bunny was this cute little white bunny with red eyes.
Racist.
Okay. And
yeah.
I had to basically like get all the Easter eggs ready.
Yeah.
I had to get all these Easter eggs ready, and I had to do it all by my fucking self, which pissed me off first off.
We'll do it.
So I get all these Easter eggs done, all decorated, and all in baskets, and all the elves had to do was deliver them.
Cool.
And the eggs, the elves got the baskets and destroyed every fucking egg. They either dropped them, they tried to eat them themselves. I woke up so fucking angry that we ended up going to like the fucking elf sanctuary like that day. And I was just pissed.
And you punched them.
I literally was like, fuck all these.
Which one of you was it? Which one of you was it?
My mum was like, what the fuck? I thought you really liked elves. And I went, fuck them. And I literally told her about my dream. It's even since then, anytime my family see elves now as well, they will. Like, it's like we do with Kieran and Bird. Right? But it's like anytime like my mum or dad see an owl now, they both of them will literally just be like, Easter Island. And it's just, I hate it. It's just, I fucking hate them so much. Some of them are alright, they're grand, but I'm still just this irrational, just. But this is
the thing again. I'm not picking holes in the dream because it is a phenomenal fucking story. But the fact that it's not even the Easter Island, it's an Easter Island is what is the ridiculous bit here. It's like, first of all, clearly the owl thing is completely unfounded. But second of all, it's not even the right part of the world. It's just. You just made a fucking Willy Wonka's like fucking holiday resort there is all you've done there.
Do you know what I'm convinced I must have watched like Rise of the Guardians that day.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's why it was like fresh in my head for it.
Yeah.
But it just pissed me off so fucking much. But it's also very Nightmare Before Christmas as well, that there's an Easter land and all Christmas land and stuff like that.
I like to think that there's an Easter Island in every time zone. So just pure distribution purposes.
We have to because it's.
It is one of those things. Is like because I do remember it. Like it wasn't giant heads; it was giant eggs. So I mean, like that's where I'm like, it is an Easter Island.
They also
Not the Easter Island.
they also suggested to me that like there's something deep in your subconscious that has to take things very literally. So like you like there must have been a part of your child brain that just refused to accept.
That wasn't child's brain.
No.
No, this is like literally 4 years ago.
No.
This was adulting.
Oh no, I know that. But what I'm saying, like, there's a part of your child brain
right.
that at the time couldn't accept that Easter Island was just a load of massive like stone heads. It was like, but it's called Easter Island. There should be eggs on that island,
there should be
and just
some reason
that
for it.
complete notion has just been there ever since. To the extent now that like I don't know, maybe a bird at some point in your life affronted you in some way,
Yeah, they should.
and that has now kind of like evolved
Oh,
into an owl offending you in a dream.
You should look up the imagery associated with owls and figure out what's going on.
The other thing is, I fucking used to love owls.
Mm.
Now I'm just like, fuck you all. I'm actually really
What-
grateful.
what
I never
thing- what-
got- I'm so grateful now that I
I'm
got
really
the
tempted
hummingbird.
Not to make a who joke.
So,
I'm really glad now, but like part of me is also really happy that I got the hummingbird
Actually, no.
tattoo and not the owl.
I'm
like I was
actually
supposed
no,
to
hang
get.
on. Let's go a bit Freudian here. Like, what?
Jim thinks
That's fine, Robin. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have a hummingbird
Yeah.
on that leg.
But no, hang on. What
I'm
thing
a
did you?
duck on this
What
one.
thing did you like for? What thing would you have liked at the time, but that you no longer don't? Like, I'm thinking Freudian here. Like, you used to like owls, now you don't. So like, what would have? What's the commonality there? What's owls representing in the dream?
The postal service.
Did you like the postal service beforehand? And now you've grown to hate it? Like,
Was there particularly good?
It's stolen one
Was
of
there
your
particularly
deliveries.
good?
yeah.
Was
They
there
fucked
particularly
over
good?
one of your
I'm just thinking. I
deliveries?
think that there's something to unpack here. Like, you know, like we'll park the
Hold
Easter.
on a second. I just
Take the sharing
I
pattern.
just
Sharing panda, it's normally the one that gets thrown at
I
people.
would
Yeah.
like to point out he's the one that said postal service, not me.
No. I'm just seeing. I'm just seeing if something clicks. Like, you know. So that's.
No,
what
see, the thing is, I'm okay with a real owl,
I'm still
I
okay
guess-
with the postal service.
right? But it's just every time I see them, especially when they're delivering those particular letters, knowing that you delivered those letters fine, why the fuck couldn't you have delivered the eggs?
And
I worked really fucking hard on those. And do you know what it is?
Nature's
Do you know what it
slowest
is?
flying
Do you
bird.
know what it is?
Mm.
It isn't even to do with the owls. It's just knowing that my co-workers themselves, no matter how much work I put into it, one of them is still going to manage to fuck the whole thing up. And do you know what?
What a
I was working an interim at the time.
Oh, no. Okay,
And I
hang on
would've-
now.
And I would have been taken over for Jerry's shit. So do you know what it was? It was
Imagery associated with owls. And especially in dreams.
and uncovering a new perspective. Yeah, Jerry was a fuckhead, and I had to carry his entire workload.
So what was the second name? Jerry L.
Jerry Hoot.
You didn't give a hoot.
Exactly.
Hooter.
Oh, Hooters. There
He's
you go.
Dutch, yeah, he's Hooter.
Oh, can we please go to Femboy Hooters?
Brian, you're already there.
Yeah.
You never
It's
left.
not working.
It's always been there.
I am the proprietor.
Yeah, he didn't. He never actually got a job. Apparently, the missus was like, "Well, do you know what? Maybe if you just don't work and you won't have to pay for childcare then." So
No,
that's-
you don't have to pay to care for children. You
'Cause,
can-
her
you can
job
care
was
for them
like-
for free. It's easy.
Her job was the better paying one anyway.
Also, dragging these nuts over your chin.
I too miss Mesa Sports.
Also, another Lego set I have. Another Lego sets from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work out with, I had to deal with his. Look at the little cute ferret.
I'm expecting him to have the same haircut though.
Imagine.
Yeah, because like, how can you tell them apart?
That's another thing as well. You know for a fact that her and Snape later on were in the staff room going, "Did you see Malfoy?"
Meta was bouncing around like a yo-yo.
Not to pass remark on students, but he totally fucking deserved
He's
it.
an awful cunt.
Someone did take him down a few fucking pegs.
My father will hear about this. No, he fucking won't.
Or look at me and my happy little haircut. Go fuck yourself, Malfoy.
His father's a shit dead. He's like, what was that? Nothing.
Floppy bomb tit.
That's another thing that I'd probably be doing in me dorm room. Transfigure. Oh my god.
Transfiguration.
Thank you.
It's
I
weird
don't
for
like being dyslexic. I really don't.
audio dyslexia. It's a terrible thing.
Oh, but audio sticks. But like, it would be a case of, has anyone seen Amy, she's late for class again, and goes, look, it's probably best that we don't tell you what she's after doing this time. Where is she? She goes, she's one of the rats. We're not sure which one.
She is doing what she is called ferreting. Whatever that means.
It's a new TikTok trend.
It's like, it literally just would be like, just like me as a ferret.
Oh my god,
in
she left a tiny lead behind!
She could be any one of them.
She could be
like,
in any one of them.
Hold on a second, we're meant to put a bell on her.
She's Lemmy Winks.
And we forgot. It's just every now and again, just walking around the school, there's just like a balloon.
Listen,
But
this
like,
is
what
going
the
to
fuck? Why is there a balloon tied to that tortoise? That's Amy.
Listen,
we need to remember which one she is.
This is going to sound like a weird question, but if anyone happens to find a ferret around the school wearing red flannel, just give us a shout, okay? Just...
You know it would be the Hufflepuffs.
It's like, has anybody... It's like literally the Hufflepuffs keeping me in a cage. Like, it's the only way we could keep her safe.
Keep you in a cage to keep you away from the melted
Like,
cheese.
we wanted a pet hamster for the house, and Amy volunteered.
We can't have her around the cheese in ferret form. She'll drown.
It's just there doing backstrokes in cheese sauce. Like,
She heard the story about the rat that got into the cheese, and she didn't take the right theory home from that story. The mouse saving himself in the cheese. She's like, I'll swim in the cheese. We couldn't talk her out of it.
That actually would be why I would turn myself into a rat. Just like chill in the kitchen. Has anyone seen? It's like, why is there so many little nibbles taken out of the cheese? It's just like me.
It's like, oh, when did you get the Swiss cheese?
Also,
I didn't.
Also,
That's supposed to be
also,
camembert.
it would also have been a very, very quick whole kind of issues with the whole Peter Pettigrew thing of just me being like, here, Ron, your rat's also not a rat. I just want to point that out there. Me and him have been chatting. He's got some serious fucking dark thoughts going on.
Can I just say the infrastructure for that stadium is diabolical.
Oh yeah.
Like where's the
It's no worse than the Camp Nou.
if current Camp Nou, yes, absolutely. But fuck me, man. Like, I mean, where's the stadium access? Where's the roads in? Like, where's the TV crew supposed to park up? Like, you know, it's basic
At the
shit.
school,
lads, you know?
I don't think they would have the TV crews.
I mean, like at the stadium itself. Like, where else are you supposed to get the live feed in?
Also,
you know?
as well, like
The family satellite is all you need.
It's one of those things as well. It's like when
It's
they get
abandoned
their
the grassroots.
Yeah.
That's ruined the FA, John.
Well, here's the thing, right? One of my favorite things is like, because like obviously we have our own like domestic league here, and it doesn't have the biggest budget in the world. We try our best, but we really fucking don't. Like
best
whenever
tenants we ever had.
you know, but when you have when the lads are in Europe, they have to have VAR and stuff like that. But we don't have the cameras available to that. They can't do it in the stadiums, right? So
Can't do it.
they can't do it and they won't do it. But if you're playing in
You
UEFA,
heard that as well.
yeah,
Like they can't do
they
it.
can't, won't. But if they were to play in UEFA, they have to have VAR. But because they don't have the infrastructure at the stadiums, they all have to park outside in a little VAR van. And there is just some guy in like a referee, like he's a full kit wanker just sitting like in a van watching all these different TV screens. And like me and Kara, we walked past and seen this.
That
before.
man is playing Gallagher.
It's like, he's just there. He's there, and he is dressed as a referee, but he's just sitting in a van watching TV screens.
the only
It's
time-
fucking hilarious.
The only
My
time
kids are
being
so
beckoned
disappointed
into a
in me.
van is acceptable.
Yeah, but it's about the only thing they can do is just do it in a van. Like there's no like VAR room. You can't go.
We've said in a van so many times now that I actually forgot we were talking about watching VAR and just wasn't just having a sneaky wank. Which,
It's like-
you know what? That's exactly what he was doing, and that's why it takes them so long to get the VAR to come
Oh my
up,
God.
because there is.
Yeah.
He was like, I was literally in the middle of watching a porn,
Mm.
and its storyline started getting really good.
Why does he keep wanking while doing the VAR? Eyes attract to slow motion.
It's the lines. It's the red. Is it?
He used to work for Cheltenham.
This is also
Yeah.
a thing here as well. Like, do you think Cedric was a bit kind of... Do you know what? I feel really hard done by here because my principal, my headmaster, was literally meant to be my, like, sponsor, let's say, in this,
essentially, yeah.
right? Because everyone, that's what the other principals are doing. Right?
Mm.
And then Cedric's like, but clearly Potter is the more important one here.
Yeah,
because
he's the
they
plot relevant
couldn't-
one, yeah.
There
could
was
not
the-
give a shit about me, even though my name was pulled first.
It's the same thing where it's like the narrative is with Potter. Listen, we must go with the narrative. The narrative
I would
will
love
prevail.
to. I'd love to read a book from a different student's point of view.
Yeah,
There's
that's kind of that is kind of a sport thing though as well. Like there is always like sport always gravitates toward that. It finds the main character in a team.
But
you
like,
know?
but again though, I mean there's only meant to be 3 anyway.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
On
It's
this one, so realistically, Dumbledore should be both of you stay together because both of you are under my
Stewardship as it were. Yeah,
at this point here, right? Whereas instead, Dumbledore literally just went, do you know what, Cedric? I'm going to put all my eggs actually in Potter's basket.
Yeah.
The idea was he's inept and he's thick.
Yeah.
But Dumbledore...
And yet he was still able to get his name into the Goblet and make it make sense, Brian.
But Dumbledore is about 4 dimensions ahead of everybody else, so he knows what's may or may not coming. Timey-wimey stuff. But there's a whole subset under current of whether it was fan fiction or whatever I read, is that because Batman here has it's written into the book and was kind of discovered the subtext of it is he's depressed and he gets kind of cast aside for Potter because he's a bit gloomy, but that's why he
Definitely a fan.
That's why he actually gives himself up to the end. So there's a whole fucking thing of that.
That is my favourite thing about fan fiction is when you read like stories that
lateral connection.
it's not even that, but it's also it's like, wow, you actually put some serious thought into this, unlike the actual author. I am genuinely very, very concerned for the TV series.
I was gonna say you shouldn't be worried about Harry. There's a few more films after.
But I am.
I will say he could do with taking his Pokemon out now
genuinely
because he's
very,
getting his ass
very
kicked.
concerned that with the actual TV series, the Harry Potter TV series.
Right.
Right, because there is. They intend on actually doing what is in the books.
Yeah.
Right. And it is very much everything that's in the book. They plan on kind of bringing it to the small screen because they can do that.
They have more time to play with and stuff.
There's more time to do that. There's obviously, let's say, new television shows nowadays, they don't have the old aspect of 22 episodes per season, right? So you'll have, let's say 12 episodes.
It's usually like a 10 hour block separated over 12 episodes, maybe.
Let's say they have 12 episodes per book, right? You can actually fit a lot into that because it's going to be an hour-long episode, hour and 5 minutes, depending on what streaming HBO is doing. So you're probably looking at an hour and 5 minutes per episode, right? So that's 22 hours. Of TV that you can do, and storylines that were skipped out of the movies, which now actually can be explored in the TV show. Yeah. And it makes you really kind of questions like, we'll probably get a lot more backstory to an awful lot of the characters, and specifically we'll probably get more of a backstory to Snape's character. Yeah. And when you realise who they've cast in this, and then you're kind of questioning, shit, do you really want them to actually show that backstory? Because it's going to look really, really bad when you consider who your hero and who your villain is supposed to be in this. Especially now that you have a black man in the cast in this role of being basically the child who's lynched, essentially, because he is hung from a tree at one point by all the white characters, who then he ends up going on to basically the side of the Nazis. Are we going to keep that in the TV series, or are we going to go over it? And then you also have, now I've seen the cast for who they have for Harry, Ron and Hermione, and they are the cutest fucking kids I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah. They actually look like how you would imagine them to have looked in the book. I would say probably maybe for the Hermione one, for example, is a really good of what an awful lot of people kind of imagined her being in the book. How she was described, everyone kind of saw her as a black girl.
Right, okay.
And that's kind of what they kind of have that kind of casting a little bit more on that side. But then you also have to remember what Hermione's storylines were in all of this, and that you now have her fighting slavery and basically being made out to look like the fucking idiot for fighting for the rights of elves and stuff. And are we going to do this in the book? Because that's also now very problematic of what we're going to have to look at. Because people in the TV show, if they're going to be disagreeing with her, it's like, sorry, but your heroes are now looking really, really fucking evil in all of this. And like, I know when you look at a source material, and then when people are making the movies for this, they're looking at their source material going, we can't have that in the fucking thing because it's not going to come across. This person
as the way you
want
want it to.
This person is no longer going to be seen as the hero in the story if we actually put that in it, so you cut it out. And it's one thing where it's done for time, but it's also the narrative that we wanted to push for this will not.
It won't land.
It won't land if this is also what we have. If this is also what they're actually doing, which is why an awful lot of shit gets cut out in this one.
Yeah.
Like if they did, look at it this way, if they actually did go full on where Hermione and her own crusade in the books that in the movies. I'm sorry, but I actually generally think a lot of people would have turned on her, especially with the climate of the world that it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of people would have turned on the character of Hermione, been like, "Fuck this little shithead. She's just a little Greta." Yeah. That's what they would like. That's the way people would have viewed it as.
Yeah, that's true.
So
like,
it is. It's a very concerning thing. Is that this is what we want to do? This is the cast that we have for it. And I was like, great, you've gone woke on it. Well done. I'm sure he is probably the best actor that auditioned for this role.
Yeah.
But you really need to take a look at your source material and go, we probably shouldn't have gone this route.
Well, that's. I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see have they done something like colorblind casting, because I know
they
that
definitely have.
They have definitely done. I know that, and I think like just like altruistically, that's the right thing to do for all like roles. Personally.
But
no, I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with your points with it. I think really it is unfortunately one of those things where we just have to wait and see what to do with it. You know,
it's a very.
But what I'll do is like obviously like you know as well as I do, like from like kind of watching the kind of the current kind of story beats of any like one series. As I said, you're not getting 22 episodes or 40. You're getting 10 of 10. 10 of 1, let's say, right? So you have 10 hours to play with. You can definitely get as you said.
She's gone back into the main house.
No, she's there behind.
Okay,
You can actually see her tail just hiding underneath the curtain there.
It's because it's proper like raining now.
Oh. Well,
there's nothing getting in through the window,
yeah,
just FYI, but just in case if she's outside, I was wondering.
Well, I'll have to do some hickory pokery to close the window, because she does get very upset when that happens.
I think we just throw her in the bathroom for a minute.
I think we'll probably do something like that. But
when I need to pee, we'll just let her walk in with me.
Exactly. Yeah. The pole is in there, so we'll actually do it that way and then that way. Okay. So we'll work it out. It's fine. But what I was going to say was that like you obviously like it won't be any issue in terms of the content, right? In terms of length and time. So now it's the actual like we know we don't have to cut anything for production reasons. Let's just say now it'll be down to an editorial choice.
Yeah.
Of like what do we think makes a story, and also like as you said, like this Harry Potter, like this iteration of Harry Potter is 90s. It is set in like a certain story beat. So are they going back to reverting to 90s? Are they doing 90 themes? We don't know yet. That's kind of, I suppose, it's up for debate.
Jesus.
Okay, right. Corrective action required. But I do like the idea that just like we were having a conversation with the Harry Potter TV series, and God himself just went, "It's a fucking terrible idea. I fucking hate colourblind casting." Why do I sound Triple H? I don't fucking know. It works.
God is Triple H.
God is Triple H is God.
Joe? Tell? Did you tell?
No. She's like, no.
Come here.
Why are you sitting on the album for? That's my seat. Get the fuck.
She's like, fuck you!
Come here.
I was sitting there.
Come on. Tina here.
Well, we're saying about the TV series, like as I said, like the content itself can't be cut for editorial production reasons. I know.
I don't want any
it's got. Unfortunately, some of it has to be because it just is. I'd love to see what it looks back in the end. Just to see.
I genuinely believe that we should keep that entire little thing in it.
And
uncut.
Someone did a fucking cantrip to stop us talking. Like,
the Lord himself.
The Lord himself started. But what I would say as well, like I'm kind of reminded of the Last of Us series, where for me, like Last of Us is a perfectly good game, but I don't think it's exceptional by any stretch of imaginations. It's not people's favorite games, and it's like that's fair enough. But like I just like, for me, it's solid. It's kind of middle of the road for me. But what I would say is that the TV series did a smashing job of just getting.
They smashed alright.
They got as much as they could out of the game. But what they also did was they said, okay, let's have an episode for these two just random characters that like were only in the game for like 5-10 minutes total, and like that's pretty much an original. Now it's still based in the game and all that, so anything that's in the TV series is from the game. But they said, fuck, let's expand this bit in particular. So as you were saying about characters like say Snape or Malfoy or whatever.
Do you think though expanding on those is because we actually don't have enough material?
Absolutely, fucking
that's what it is.
Absolutely,
Whereas
it is
they
solely exactly that. Yeah.
Whereas with Harry Potter, they do have the material. It's just whether or not they should use it.
But like, everyone says the same thing. Was like, why hasn't there been like a movie about Metal Gear Solid or something? It's like literally, like, what do you cut from that game? Because you're trying to condense a gameplay experience that is like a solid 6 to 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever you want to call it, and you're trying to make it in 2.5. What do you cut? You know,
40-minute stealth sequence really is not going to play out with the tester audience.
But it's around the plot.
If you change the race of the person of a character, it's not going to become problematic.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah.
Whereas, but in Harry,
no, I totally agree with that. Yeah,
Harry Potter, it is very problematic to change the race. And again, I don't like actually saying I don't like having the opinion that, you know what, it is actually really problematic now that they've made this character black.
Yeah.
My issue with it is because of what happens to this character, which means okay, you're actually going to have to cut out that entirety, like just so they're making
it off their own back, essentially.
It's like it is actually really depending though as well. What way do you want us to view the character? Do you actually want us to agree with Snape and actually, do you know what? Yeah,
more sympathetic character.
Do you want us to be more sympathetic to the person who did, in a sense, become a Nazi?
Yeah.
Do you want us to be Nazi sympathizers here? Because it's the only real way you can kind of say what Death Eater is, because their entire outlook is basically to completely wipe the gene pool and just have everyone as pure blood wizards, and it is like they're basically for a mass genocide. So it's like, is that where we're going with this? Whereas if it's a white character, you're kind of like, you're still going to be very much, well, fuck this guy. But now you're kind of like, am I being racist if I'm saying now fuck this guy, or he deserves to get what's coming to him? Yeah. Because then you will have an awful lot of people being like, if he was white, he wouldn't be like this. Yeah. So it is very much like you're kind of like
you're putting yourself in the catch-22 situation.
Yeah, it's like literally there's gonna be no actual winners in it.
No, probably
in anything on this, but it is kind of like it is though as well. At least with the movies, I know an awful lot of shit did get cut out of it, but when you really kind of stand back and you're like, well, it's probably just as well they didn't actually put this in. Or
what's the main through line between Malfoy and Hermione?
Are we going by the fan fiction
route?
Because
the actual, like, from the film
contents, yeah,
the main through line between Malfoy and Hermione is her race.
Yeah, whereas. Do you know what I think is actually? Do you know what I think is actually probably one of the cuter things though to do with those two actors in the whole situation? It's like they actually were probably the two closest on set. Whereas character wise, you need to basically beat the shit out of this girl, and then behind the scenes they're just like, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, you're my best friend. Like, and that's where you're at in the world. But it is
literally why he got recast.
Yeah,
because he's so sound.
But it is one of those things where you're just kind of like looking at it and you're just like, oh, I don't think this was a good idea. I think it is very much. This was very much. Okay, it is still a massive thing with children and adults alike, and it is one of those things where it's like it has very much a Star Wars effect on the whole thing. It's like if you grow up with it, it is forever a Star Wars. Yeah,
it's ingrained with you.
It's ingrained with you, and it's forever going to be. And like, some people are like, oh god, I can't believe adults are still into this, and it's like I can't believe it's like some adults are so still into Harry Potter and the thing on it is, and it's like, well, when it's something that you grew up with in your childhood, it is going to be something that you're going to look at nostalgically and you're going to enjoy. And unfortunately, it is tainted now because an awful lot of us have grown up and are like, shit, she actually really did turn out to be such a horrible person.
But that's also the kind of in a weird way now. But
it taints things.
It does, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
She was always going to be a horrible person. It's just now she has notoriety.
Yeah.
No, it's also that now we've grown up, we're adults, we're looking back to it going, actually, Jesus Christ, like that's like you have the goblins and then them being Jewish, miserly with the money and things like that, and then like even the two girls there who like they twins,
yes,
Patel and Parvati, like they're not done any justice.
No.
The Irish guy being the one to blow up shit.
Yeah, we were talking earlier on, yeah.
You know, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of allegories in it that are like, oh, that's not a good thing. But you only recognise it as an adult.
Yeah.
As a child, you just see the goblins and you just see the Irish kid being funny, and you just like you don't
Whereas
actually
now,
relate it with them.
now when you're like looking at it, you're like,
Oh,
oh shit.
Well, then I'll put it to you this way: look, obviously she is still down as executive producer of the show, which I think was always going to be the case. Like, you can't, unfortunately. She will insist upon herself in a sense. She's still.
Well, it is. Unfortunately, it is her intellectual.
It is her intellectual property.
Yeah.
So, but again, I think I was actually saying this during the week.
Upon itself.
It insists upon itself. But at least with being an executive producer though is very different from being the producer.
Like that's the same with movies.
Yeah.
She had some say, but not final say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you're just basically a consultant for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that what she says is going to be gospel. It's like they'll take on whatever she has on board. She obviously there'll be a bit of political stuff in there, so she'll say, I won't sway on D on A, B, C, and D.
We'll say this
You know.
though as well. It's HBO that are doing it. It's very American.
Yes.
It's a very American company
Yeah.
who very much share every single one of her fucking views.
So that's
So I mean, at this point here, it's kind of very much like, do you know what? Actually, we probably could kill more of these black kids, or we probably could make this character just whatever you want.
HBO. Yeah.
It's
Actually,
Also
a different
produced at a
time.
very different time.
Yeah.
Like, you have to look at, you have to also take into the actual the climate that the world is in now. It's
But would there be future planning for what they would rather see as opposed to what's currently happening? Because it is escapism.
That's the hard.
like, but
That's
this
a
thing-
good
see,
question.
This,
Yeah.
So this is another thing though as well. It's like, so it is already its own universe. It's already complete. It's not like with Game of Thrones where shit, we actually don't know how this is supposed to end. We know exactly how this ends.
Yeah.
We know exactly where it goes, and we know what the outcome is and the whole situation. So it's not. I love the fucking ferret. So it isn't like a sense of, oh well, we don't know how this is going to end. We all know exactly how this is going to end. It's just a case of what exactly are we going to omit from this, or what is actually going to be included on this. And that's the only thing where I'm very much like, you should have just left this alone.
So do you reckon that perhaps it's an opportunity for them to also sanitize the content a little bit as well? The fact that they can say, well, we cast all these people here, so now we have a reason to not go this far with
Well, they
with the
can't.
same
No, they
character or
won't do
whatever.
that though, because they've already promised that they would be true to the books.
So
it's like, it's either we go through with what we said, or we just become hypocrites on it and then have fucking Joni pissed at us over the whole situation. Whereas if she decides to pull the plug, she can do that.
Yeah.
She can turn around and say, actually, do you know what? Then no, you can't use my property. You can't use my character. So they kind of have backed themselves into a bit of a corner, in a sense of like, we've already told everyone what we were going to do.
Yeah.
We've now made some casting decisions on this. A lot of people have turned around and said, ooh, wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Have you actually read your source material? Or are you just going by what you've seen on
what your executive producer is saying?
Is kind of going on this. So see, there is an awful lot of shit. What kind of drivel were you fucking fed?
Yeah.
That you decided that this was going to be a good idea?
Yeah. Again, I think.
Money
Well, I think again, a show is only as good as the people who are creating it, in a sense. Like, you could have the best source material in the world, but if you have a complete gimp at the front,
The
at
thing
the
is,
helm,
though, as well with
you know?
HBO actually does have good money behind it, so I don't doubt that it would not be a good show.
Oh yeah, I say the production side.
I'd say the
fine.
production stance is going to be phenomenal,
100%.
and I have no doubt about that. It's just everything else in between. I'm just like,
It's-
I actually think I'd
yeah.
rather watch The Tiny Chef.
Like, there's so many.
Have you? I have been fucking. I had never.
I don't think you recovered from that.
Did
have
you watch the video that I put into the group chat? It was The Tiny Chef getting cancelled.
No.
Okay.
Next time I do a HR meeting, I'll
Right.
sure talk about that.
It's just it's the little lip quiver that he does.
Yeah.
And then he just like
when he tries to go back to dust.
he just like he literally like dusts himself off. Hold on.
No.
Yeah. It's just
You know, there's been follow-ups to that.
I know.
Yeah.
The little
yeah.
right. So
Nope, creepy baby.
I have been consuming so much Tiny Chef. Right? To the extent where I was like, I had no idea this thing existed.
Yeah.
Until someone shared that video and with the caption, Nickelodeon broke this man.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, I then shared it into the group and like, I watched that on the bus.
Yeah.
On the way into work, and I was like,
oh no, that's on the morning.
Right?
No.
So I was like, oh my god, I am like gonna make sure that everyone suffers with me. Right? And Laura and Kira seem to be the only two people that suffered with me because it looks like everyone else just kind of ignored it. So
we didn't ignore it. It was like we just went. Oh.
You all should have referenced it. You all should have at least made a comment on it.
I'm not as
right. You didn't because I don't think you saw it until just now, so you're fine, right? But anyway,
I love this like it's like silence compliance.
I have been going back over, so I found his TikTok account.
Yeah.
And Kira, it's so much worse. Okay, so
no.
because originally, before Nickelodeon had obviously picked up the show, he had just been doing little YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
And one of the YouTube shorts was him listening to his answering machine of all the other networks passing
rejecting him,
and all rejecting him on it. So I'm like listening to all these, and he's like, "Hi, Tiny Chef. This is Rachel from Beep. We're not gonna go with you. We love the idea, but it's not right for what we want." And he's just listening to message after message of rejection after rejection, and he's just. And he just tries to get on with his days, and I'm just like, this man.
What was the other one? I saw him.
Chef.
He was looking to reskill or something. What was the other one I saw? I was like, he's thinking like, no, I can do this. You know, I can. He's looking for other jobs. He's applying for other jobs, but like he's saying, it was like, I can do this. I can cook. I can sing. I can dance. All these different things. You know.
He can dance.
Yeah.
He can dance. Everybody look at your hands.
That's my equivalent of that type of thing. Just this odd little bit of content that I got into that I became obsessed with that no one cared about. David Chick. It's a tiny little puppet bird. And he goes on little adventures, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. And it fills me with joy, and he sings songs. It's so fucking amazing, and no one cares about it, and I love it, and it's fun.
But that means
that's why, like, that's honestly, I'll have to look
that means
at
it's
later.
yours then, Brian. That's.
But yeah, it was like, so I've literally just been consuming so much of like the Little Tiny Chef.
I do
like,
there's
play Nickelodeon. I'm just like, no, they're gonna fuck you over, little man. I'm just like, it's just like, what about Whoopi and Steve and Wab? They're my friends. I'm just like, what about them, Nickelodeon?
I mean, it's any consolation.
We won an Emmy. And I found the TikTok of him getting his
getting the Emmy,
and doing his little speech. I'm just like, oh my god, sir.
Didn't they?
Robot Chicken needs to.
There is a fundraiser. There is a fundraiser for.
Oh, 80 grand. They've
80 grand.
already raised 80 grand crowdfunding on it, and I'm just like, fuck yeah. I was like, you go, you little beauty, you.
Don't think that's what we're about somehow.
Also, as well, like the amount of fucking bubbles that he put into that bath, Harry. That's not even your bathroom.
No.
Right? That's the prefect's bathroom. So you're literally just using other people's products.
No.
In the movie, he is.
They don't do the tops in the movie.
Ghost pervert. It's the worst type of pervert. Can't function.
That's actually another thing as well. Like she's 30 something years of age.
Also,
in general,
for all of her idiocy, look at that. Different gendered bathrooms.
They actually all their bathrooms in this are pretty sure are uni bathrooms.
Well,
in Legacy, they're girls and boys. And sure, no, this girl's bathroom is Moaning Myrtle's bathroom.
Exactly.
So only she goes wherever she wants. She's not technically in her bathroom.
That's what I mean. She doesn't give a shit about male or boy bathrooms. Just
but she's a pervert.
She is
sorry, are you outing her as trans, as J.K. Rowling?
I think that's the allegory. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'd rather drown myself and talk to a trans person. Jesus Christ, Harry. Fuck's sake.
What was that flag you were wearing?
Exactly.
It's J.K. Rowling going, I see a lot of myself in Harry Potter.
And why is she under the water with him?
Because, like you said, she's a pervert.
Well, who are J.K. Rowling? Da-da-da! What a cunt.
This is actually an ideal manifestation of the black mold. This is what
what she sees. This Moaning Myrtle is whispering to J.K. Rowling, feeding her this slop.
Morning Myrtle, it's morning mycelium, am I right, guys?
We did put them back on.
Yeah.
You had to see her.
Yeah.
So do we need to call them?
Nuns, hunters.
Isn't that, what's his name? Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen, yeah. Why don't you just pull up a chair here by this
To
bathroom?
catch a predator.
You got myrtled. And we're back.
He got myrtled.
Myrtles.
There's been a myrtle.
There's been a myrtle.
Next time someone walks in on someone in the shower, sorry, it's doing a bit of myrtling. Well done. I got myrtled by.
Oh, that's what you're working with.
I got myrtled when I was living in an apartment with Sarah. Her roommate walked in. I went, how? Oh, sorry, I didn't know anyone was in here. You mean the ensuite bathroom in Sarah's bedroom? Yes, that. Carry on. Like,
And meanwhile, Sarah's in there. It looks weird, right?
It's not just me. It's not just me.
Look,
It's like a banana.
I'm as surprised as you are. He's got quite small feet, and yet.
I don't know.
The dimensions don't make sense.
Yeah. We did look. We were offered a halftime substitution by that couple. Didn't take them up on the offer.
Wasn't tactical sub then, no?
No, I kept my keys out of the ball.
Ah, fair enough.
Neville doesn't give a lead.
No. But they actually don't really have an awful lot for Neville in this, but he is one of the higher paid actors on the cast, that they have to give it to him to give it to him. They're not wasting that money on an extra by having to pay them more by giving them lines.
Yeah. You haven't done anything for half an hour. Get your shit. Get in there.
Okay.
Probably doesn't get a look in them.
And now to drown some children. Possible an allegory for baptism? We'll leave it up to you.
If we could have any mutation, what mutation would you like to have?
Permanent, or can it go back and forth?
He can go back and forth.
Those wings would be handy.
Bigger feet.
I don't think he's got his feet.
No.
So you'd go Mr. Fantastic type thing? Like,
yeah, actually, genuinely, I'd like to be able to grow my hair quickly.
Same.
I think you just like to grow hair.
Yeah, either one. I'll take whatever you can get.
There was a comedian years ago I watched some Jonglers Unleashed or something. I was like, wouldn't it be great if you could grow your hair really quick? You have a different haircut every day. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, if I'm going X-Men route, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind having Rogue's mutation. There's an awful lot of people I wouldn't mind using it on. If everyone Aaron to really shut up.
Just like
even just shocking grasp. Just fuck off. Just taser fingers.
Yeah.
I just think it's like, I'm actually literally just thinking it's like you can breathe underwater, and then just like started thinking the X-Men. Also, I think actually like Storm has had some pretty cool mutations.
I could go
like.
I was thinking like physical mutation. Where we're going X-Men though, I'd like to be able to control the temperature of everything. The rooms, beverages, the bath.
Because like if I could have like any actual genuine, like if I could have any like real kind of power that would, like, if there was any like power in the world that you would want to have, and it's like it can be literally anything. It's like a genie has said to you, this is like your 3 wishes. What would your wish be? My first wish would be, I wish that no matter what, I always had the exact amount of money that was needed.
Yeah.
I don't wish to be rich. I don't wish to have 10 million euros in the bank. No, I just want to know that every single time I go to make a purchase and I put my card on it, I have the exact amount. If I want to go and buy a house, I can write that check because there's always going to be the exact amount for it. That would be like one of my wishes. So I don't wish to be rich.
Just to have enough.
I just wish to always be able to afford what I want to buy.
Okay. Or not have anxiety.
I will keep the anxiety, because you know what? I'll keep the anxiety. I will keep my character flaws. I will keep all of that makes me me, but I don't want anything else. Also, I wish I just like had every Lego set that has been retired that I missed out on.
Simpsons.
I have that.
Like a time traveling mechanic just for Lego.
Simpsons house.
As is evident,
A time traveling just for consumerism.
the
That's like-
cheaper, the €129 Hogwarts spec is going to be retiring soon.
Yeah.
So, get on it. The €500 one is gone already.
Did you know what's actually? I'm fucking raging for this because I didn't realize how long it had actually been out for. But the Disney Castle is actually been retiring.
I've been looking at it a lot as well.
It's still £500, man. I'm just like, I can't, as much as I want it, I actually can't justify spending that amount of money on it.
Better have gone then. Move in. Scores right.
Like, I really want all the Lord of the Rings ones.
The merfolk.
Like,
There's
they're 300 each.
yeah, they're really, really expensive.
Shark
some of them are.
Boy. Where's Lava Girl?
Next movie.
Shark
Yeah.
dude and lover girl.
An actual something that as a kid I'm like I'd want to fly or teleport. Now I just want to comprehend all languages.
That'd be nice, actually. Yeah.
Imagine the series you could watch with that.
Yeah.
Oh, very
Which
nice.
is the,
You actually figure out what the killing is actually about, rather than just trusting the subtitles.
I'll watch Squid Games again.
Oh, so that's the subtext.
Jane Austen.
That's like just like be able to understand, but not only that, because of inability to read social cues and subtext and people in general. I'd like to be able to comprehend all communication.
Oh, to actually get like what they actually mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can sit down during a minister's briefing and go, I know.
Ah, very good.
Today.
Just pure
Get
comprehension.
into it today.
Are we all 100% up on the full story of Harry Potter and everything that happened in it?
I haven't watched the movies, and nor have I watched the books. But feel free to.
No, can't.
Oh, well, I haven't listened to the book. I haven't watched or read.
Haven't licked it. Kissed
Haven't
it,
haven't gone near it. Haven't interacted with it at all. I'm scared of books, actually, famously.
That's that fucking what was the fucking animated fucking series where the books were alive and they brought the child down.
The Never-Ending Story?
Not the Never-Ending Story. The one where there was the 3 books and they brought them through all the different stories. It existed.
Is this a dream you've had, Brian?
Out of that we have it.
Do you have an irrational hatred of books as a result?
Out of that we have it. Well, technically yes. I got an interpretation of pornographic material wrong, and I got a paper cut somewhere I'd rather not mention. Well, that's my feelings. No, it's a 3 skin.
Is that why? Is that when you got intercepted in the shower and you went, actually, yeah, that's a really big cut.
Page 17, Moby Dick. Nice.
Yeah.
The Page Master.
I was literally just thinking of it.
The Page Master.
Okay, that was the one that had Macaulay Culkin in it.
But
I
not
finally
Wolverine.
got the place. Finally got the update of where we can get our wristbands
Response?
for cocktail week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Macarena.
So wristband collection is available as of the 4th of July. It can be collected from the Jar, the Belfry and Stony Batter.
Get the fuck in there. Do something.
Do you think every single one of the students was like, do you know what, it's actually been like a good year this year? Like, we didn't actually have any issue with Voldemort this year. Like, how fucking cool is that?
It's been a weirdly quiet year.
Yeah.
Almost too quiet.
If anything, I think we should have been a bit more kind of worrisome.
Much is the great proclivity and distraction of the mass populace with sport.
Yes.
No one ever seems to have an international incident during the World Cup year. Same with the Troy Wizard tournament.
There is always that kind of weird, like, nonsense about that. So it's just like, see, look, these two countries took part in the football game. They're fine.
Yeah, both of them showed up at the Foreign Affairs HQ at the same time, and everything was great.
Well, considering that, like, in the next World Cup, that it is entirely possible that we will get a group of the USA, Iran, and Israel. It's gonna be a hell of a party.
Do I make political satire?
I thought better of it today.
I'm learning. Same for the mirror, the WWE mirror universe.
Yes.
It's a fair loose
Safe.
Europe. I don't understand what they call a Mad Eye Moon. Okay.
Mad Eye is actually his birth name.
Fire the cannons! All weapons! God,
So
it's
he doesn't
alive!
get the Weasleys coming to visit him.
No.
With every passing scene, Kira gets more disappointed.
It is like, again, I can
Yeah.
understand. I can understand though, because I'm not happy with some things as well. But then I'm also like, yeah, they did really kind of keep it down with time constraint as to how much it is already going into it.
Mm.
Plus, when you have the actors on set that day, it is probably much like it might actually take people out of it now if we start bringing these other characters we haven't seen for ages. They actually haven't been pivotal to the story. We'll just keep it as Dumbledore.
Well, that's the trade-off of having like a book of like what 40, 50 characters, and they're all kind of given equal booking in a sense, and then a movie production where like you have essentially a hierarchy.
You have to personify and allow the audience. It's like, oh, here is one singular point of authority that we can all use for the avatar from our authority.
Yeah.
And it's Dumbledore. As opposed to a far more interesting and engaging character in one of the Weasley boys.
Mm.
Or as we know them as the Gleasons. Tell you, there's not a bad looking Weasley either. Say what you want for a run. You can play chess.
How do you know that, Brian? That's very interesting.
I don't know if Ron can play chess.
Yeah.
The first film.
Oh, I thought I was expecting that kind of an innuendo, like he, checked your mates or something like that, or, you know.
No, he's
Knighted your bishop, something along those lines, you know.
Oh no, he promoted his pawn.
Oh.
Promoted my pawn to a queen. Yay! J.K. Rowling didn't like that.
She doesn't like many things.
She was a fan of that. She hates chess.
Famously, yeah. What do you mean the queen can do more than the king? It's bullshit.
And to do a free gender expression.
Yeah. Where did you find out that the knights are gender neutral?
You wouldn't know. They're horses. You have to check underneath them. I know when you check underneath every single horse, they're flat.
Like all horses.
Yeah, all horses are flat. No, to be fair, no boobies.
That's a theory I have. I've heard of flat Earth theory. I've never heard of flat horse theory before. It's a new one.
Yeah, you're as flat as a horse.
Sick burn? Question mark?
You couldn't have the Gardaí riding around on it.
This gets worse and worse. Tiny Chef EP Rachel Larson on how they were able to depict so much sad emotion from the viral video. My dog died at the beginning of the year, and I did something very, very similar to our Tiny Chef, where I broke down. The best animation pulls from your own experience or observations. So she literally had her dog die, she tried to get back to everything was okay, and then she just broke down crying at the little lip quiver.
Tina. Possibly the worst joke of the night.
Do you know what's so fucking evil about that Tiny Chef video? I know I keep going on about it, but this is serious.
You haven't recovered.
I haven't recovered from this, okay?
This is important.
But it's the fact that clearly, because he actually says on the phone, I love you too.
Yeah.
Right, so they've cancelled him and Nick just went, I love you.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think it was more.
You liar!
I think it was sorry about that, bud. And like they are genuine friends. We're like, love you, and then he went, I love you too, just denoting.
I love you too, but why have you betrayed?
I love you 5,000.
I love you, corporate
I'm
entity.
genuinely shocked that that's a like. Can you imagine if people had never actually seen a platypus until the age of AI? Like you would never believe that they were real.
Nah, we had Phineas and Ferb.
No. Can you imagine if people hadn't seen a video of a platypus until the
It does look like an AI construct, doesn't it?
Like,
it is
I'm sorry, but that does not look like a real fucking creature. But I know for a fact that it is a real creature.
Can you put a trilby on him?
Kerry.
He's a pleasure.
I've consumed a lot of Dan Povenmire shorts, and now
There's a squirrel in my pants.
now I'm rewatching Phineas and Ferb.
That was when I worked in the
Thank you,
Disney.
Ethan, for
When
giving me
I
the excuse.
worked
Thank
in
you
the
so
Disney store.
Appreciate it.
As if you needed an excuse.
No, it's just like, what show am I gonna show?
When
Yeah.
I worked in the Disney store, the song that we actually played the most was "Squirrel in My Pants." That and "Be a Man" by Mulan.
only better improved by Team 4 Stars version, where they got all the DBZ abridged characters, of which I can do character by character if anyone wants to.
That's actually one of my happy little things to know is that even during his residency in Las Vegas, Donny Osmond continued to have "Be a Man" in his playlist because he sang it obviously on the soundtrack. So I was like, do you know what? Fucking go you.
Also, Bert the Big Blue House.
Welcome to
Watching
the
that
Blue
again.
House.
Okay, version
Watching that again. Watching it again.
Hello
It's on Disney
from the
Plus.
small house, just for you.
I barely watched it as a
in
kid,
the house of
and in
blue.
the same way.
Welcome to the Big Blue
New
House.
homework.
Well, Bear in the Big Blue House was actually one of them. It's one of those movies, one of those TV shows where it's like literally.
Older.
No.
No, you weren't.
Watch it back as an adult.
It's adorable.
Like it is actually probably one of the fucking cutest things, and the goodbye song is so sweet.
I love them.
Goodbye, good friends, goodbye.
Tiny Human, he has never latched to a show as quick than Bear. Especially when he sniffs.
Yeah.
He sniffs at the TV screen. He's like, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, well, I'm playing it up with him as well. Going, oh my god, is the bear sniffing us? Oh my god. He's like,
Do you remember Steve from Blue's Clues?
Yeah.
So Steve is actually doing a podcast now.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be doing a podcast for.
But in character, isn't he? Like he's still.
He's Mr. Roger.
Yeah.
He's Mr.
Can I just
Roger
point out
and
one thing,
adult.
okay?
Yeah.
When that video dropped of Steve basically saying, "Oh my god, I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad that you're doing so well.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you." I cried like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Confirmed.
you were literally probably like my very first friend.
Yeah.
And I
But he
cried.
knows that though. Who? Is it Rainn Wilson? Who played Dwight in
Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson? I'm right. He has a fucking stellar podcast
Mm.
called Soul Boom, and he has Steve on it. What a fucking gent he is.
Jesus Christ.
He is confirmed to be an absolute fucking gent. He's brilliant.
Tiny Chef might actually be going into drugs very soon based on that second photo. I'm sorry.
Well, he is a chef. He has to cook something.
I mean, they're all on it.
Yeah.
Marco Pierre White.
Now, the
If they, like, I'm going to be 100% true with you guys, right? If they release Tiny Chef merch, like a little soft plush version of Tiny Chef, everyone is getting one from me. I want to make sure that this little bastard gets as much as my.
he will be remembered.
As humanly possible. This is like when I fucking started buying like the kidney stones for people. You didn't get a kidney. Gallbladder?
Better this way.
Did you get the gallbladder? Yeah.
Inside. I made this.
I just love that my kidney crying so much. I'm like, I need this.
No, Brett, what is it?
To be fair, actually,
What's
when
that series?
Heart and brain.
Heart and Brain, yeah, the awkward Yeti.
Yes.
Awkward Yeti, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I just think it might have actually been in a bit of bad taste that we gave Dave the kidney one after he had one of his kidneys removed because of the giant tumor.
Yeah.
That's grand.
He saw the funny side of it.
It's a different type of transplant.
He's the best of all of us. That Yeti one is on Webtoon full series.
Yeah.
Mm.
Really good.
I have some of the books inside.
Read all of it, and then it was finished. One of the few series I've read all the way through, and then it's finished, and I go, oh shit. Ah well, back to the void.
Back to the bear.
Back to the void I go.
Actually, that's where the Tiny Chef should go next.
To the void.
To the bear.
void.
Taking the void.
Season 4 dropped of that. I didn't even fucking realise.
Did you saw the webcomic essentially?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like so much so that artist made the art for the show.
Yeah, no, I know Rob's work, but he's tremendous. Like
Of
he's very
anything,
good.
Of any moment of any day, Robert Downey.
Yeah.
God, he's a legend. Lovely man.
He's
Great dancer.
Plus, he might have met him at an OTT show once. Maybe.
Absolutely sweet.
He has definitely gone to the shows before.
All the
Yeah.
time with the warfare. Absolute genuine side.
Oh, hello.
You're an inanimate fucking object.
Harry.
No nose.
Your epidermis is showing.
Epidermis means your hair. So
Technically.
it's technically true.
Not in his case.
No.
Oh, look, it's Jonathan.
During a very bad day.
Oh no, man! If you embrace your villain art, I think you can make it work. Just the cloak alone, you look amazing.
I think that's why Kira doesn't want me to be fully bald.
Just go full Gant on everyone. He'd go faster.
Streamlined.
I have no actual say. I just have a preference.
Yes.
It is up to you. I will go what you actually choose. You're not allowed.
Nah, fuck
you're
that.
not
Keep the
allowed. You're
fucking
not
hair.
allowed.
Goatee.
Oh no, the beard's staying.
Oh,
No.
this is literally when I tell like
Hold on,
people
hold
like
on,
you
hold
aren't
on.
allowed to shave your beards and you
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
allowed to
yeah.
shave
Oh no,
your head.
legally can't. It's in the marriage contract. Shave your head, goatee.
You see, I
What?
don't have one of those yet.
What?
What?
What? You want me to go to you, stupid son of a bitch?
What?
What? What?
Alright, dude, chill
Sorry.
the fuck out.
I've been pressing.
Loud.
Very loud.
You're too powerful. Too powerful, John. I can't do it.
That's why I can't do the goatee.
John McClane. The ancient one from Marvel. Teddy Swint. I fucking know who he could be. Give me a minute.
He's on the roll. He's
Hold
famous balds.
That's what I was saying.
Just a hierarchy of famous
I was
balds.
asking ChatGB me.
Yeah. Rank it for the top 10 men in terms of baldness.
Not that, but the personality. Yeah.
Richard O'Brien.
Bam!
Riff Raff.
I was thinking more actual Crystal Maze, like
Crystal Maze,
Crystal Maze, Richard O'Brien.
Yeah.
Just being skittish and go, follow me.
No,
Yeah.
I
No.
think we should probably go more Riff Raff Richard O'Brien on this one.
See, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, I don't
Bleach that shit blonde.
think I'm chaotic enough for
Marston doesn't like
Yeah.
to be the
I just want you to run the Crystal Maze.
I mean, that is, to be fair.
Richard Iowade, and then
Yeah.
you can follow up after.
I mean, it is someone's dream job.
There is somebody in between him and Richard.
There was.
The dark hair.
Um,
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
oh, with
Mother,
the
not
brunette,
Mumsy.
the brunette lad. Yeah, no, yeah. Can't think of
There
the
was a
name.
few people actually.
Ed Tudor Pole. There you
And Stephen Merchant.
Oh.
go. You'd be far better hosting Robot Wars, isn't
Yeah, to be fair. Oh, come here.
or Takeshi's Castle.
Ah, no. I think that's no. I think I can't take the off Craig Charles. He's a god amongst men for that sort of show.
Is he a crack addict?
You could be a crack.
I could be a crack
You have
addict.
the sources.
I have the access. I have access to crack. Yeah.
Looks very crack addict-y.
No.
Not John Travolta.
I don't know actually. John Travolta embraced that bald look and
He
looks
did.
fantastic.
He looks well for it.
Jason Statham.
No.
Can't swim.
Bruce Willis.
Pitbull. No.
No. Although.
Jeff fucking Bezos.
No.
Theodore Long.
To be fair, I do like it
Holla,
now.
holla.
To be fair, I am a fucker for booking tag team matches.
And
In
you are
fairness.
also a great one for putting us up against The Undertaker.
I was, yeah.
AKA James Rage.
James Rage, yeah. You're going 1-on-1 with James. Fuck.
Holla! Holla! Holla!
I know we actually made that joke one time in the RPG as well during season 2. It was like a tag team match between like James Ray, like the two most overpowered characters.
I'm genuinely shocked I still managed to get Casey's fucking theme song.
Yeah. Oh god.
I love as well because like as that question was playing on the quiz, you were looking at me as if to say, "Are you fucking serious? Like, how have you not written down?"
I was
the
waiting.
answer yet?"
I was waiting for like the penny to drop. I was like, it's been 2 minutes. Like the whole song is played. Come on, the fuck, like.
Like, Amy, how have you not? How have you? Where? Why?
You
are
picked
not
this
the-
song.
Where you picked it?
You
Like,
picked
this is
it.
your,
Yeah.
This is your character. How have you not? And then what made it even better, as I wrote the name down, I was like, I'm still not even sure. It wasn't until you actually said the answer, I was like, oh, thank God.
Get your wands out for the Dark Lord. Get your wands out. Get your wands out. Get your wands out, Voldemort.
I will actually
Get
say this
your-
as well with Harry Potter. They also kind of just do a flip on Star Wars on it
Yeah.
as what colours represents
Mm.
each side.
green evil.
Have you been watching? Do you watch Lego Masters Australia? Watch Lego Masters Australia. Background noise even as well. It's literally just a load of lads just building whatever the fuck they want out of Lego, but they also have like, it's very MasterChef kind of based how they do it.
Okay.
Alright, so they have like the golden brick, which is like their immunity thing. Hamish is the host of it. He actually makes a joke about being like no other television show that we might show on this thing, and no other television show that around Australia has this like shifty eye sort of thing. But some of the shit that people make, considering it's all in their own imagination, they're phenomenal builds, and it's actually really enjoyable to just have on in the background and just to watch. That's a real question of Harry can literally go, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen photos of you.
Saw him in the mirror.
Also, Cedric, that's a little bit of a fucking...
He's still warm.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even that... No, he's definitely gone cold, right? But this is one of those things, is like, please, bring my body back. We're gonna do... We actually don't know if we can do this. We're just gonna fucking try it as best as we can.
Yeah.
So get the cup and make sure you bring my body back. Even though there's like 14 people waiting to fucking murder you. Make sure you bring my back.
Hooray! Fuck.
We only lost one of them! Acceptable losses!
Like, how has only one person realised this?
No, there we go.
The fact that the band has started up as well.
Hold on a second. The Hogwarts band play at the most impromptu situations, okay?
No,
literally, a student would be like, yeah, I got felt up by the fucking dark arts teacher. No, guys, no.
Band kids, man. Fucking band kids.
It is. And do you know what? You know for a fact that they're the freakiest fuckers in the school.
Last year at Banker. Stuck a wand away.
Sorry, why are you all so fucking shocked? You literally say at the start of this competition, some of you may die.
Some of you
but that is a sacrifice we're all willing to take.
Some of you...
why are you all surprised that someone fucking died?
He was the one they liked.
That's it.
They were hoping Harry was going to go because he couldn't.
Yeah, they've after all losing a fiver to him.
Oh,
for fuck's sake.
His literal monarch is the boy who lived. Anyone who thought he was going to fucking die, you know what? You deserve to lose his money.
He lived once. But he can die again. He could die another day.
I hate the James Bond movies.
Good theme song.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that.
Is
now.
it
I
is it
fucking
the
can't stand them.
what's the word what's the word we use for things that bad things happen to women in film and television?
Frigid.
The word, no, it's the fucking
Yeah,
James
you
Bond
frigid
writing all,
character.
no, like James Bond writing all women bad. What's the it's sexist but specifically
Chauvinistic.
Chauvinist, yeah.
it's a fucking word. Thank you so
I
much.
was like fridging them.
Yeah.
We do that.
Frigid. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Killing a female character just to move the story along for the male.
Really?
Yeah.
Frigid?
Yeah. You're fridging a character.
That's the worst
You're
part.
basically putting them on ice.
That's hilarious and terrible. But I won't laugh because I'm actually shocked.
That it's a thing, or that there's a
There's a term for it,
Just
more
a very
so.
succinct phrase for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You're fridging them.
Yeah. Next time I put me shopping away.
Sarah, I'm fridging the milk.
I'm fridging the yogurts to move along the plot.
To be fair, in order for you to move along the plot of your day after doing the shopping, you do have to fridge them.
You must fridge, yeah.
Well, as is evident the fact that I left some of the yogurts in the back of the car and we weren't able to fridge them. Subplot.
Is that what that smell was?
Yeah. There's a dead female protagonist in the
Charlie! Oh, it's like yogurt here, there's yogurt here.
Oh dear.
Right? We saw this video and I was drinking from a bottle of water and I went like I spat it and I had to walk away. I was pissing myself laughing. Ryan started like everyone was laughing about this except for one person in the office because she didn't cop what we were laughing at.
Just a call going
Right?
Oh
And
dear.
so we're laughing about this, and the guy who basically approves all the repair work that has to, he's standing with us, and he is in tears laughing
Yeah.
at this, and he was like, Ryan's like, I really hope that's yogurt on her face, and Lucia missing the vegan fucking broke her all over her. And at that point, the penny dropped for Christina, and she went,
Jesus
oh.
Christ.
And she reads the filthiest fucking books. Like, all she has is smut everywhere, and yet when it's blatantly sitting
Because it's not
on the
text.
chin in front of her, she doesn't cop it at all. We were like, how were you the last person to cop this? She
None of
goes,
them are wearing a silk shirt.
it's legit. She's like, I
Wasn't through text.
She goes, I don't see things like that. And we were like, bitch, I've seen your Kindle.
Yeah.
I've read some of the fan fiction you've written. You write shit like that, so I'm surprised that you didn't copy
I've
that.
seen your Kindle. It's covered in yogurt.
Oh, brokers. But it's just, it was just so fucking funny. We like when we're having a bad day in the office, we play that. Like we watch it because it's just the fact that he pans it, but he also starts on the bottom of her,
Yeah.
and then he works his way up. I'm like,
knew
this
what he was
dude has watched. Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing. I'd say he thought it was the funniest fucking thing ever, and he's like, she has no idea.
There's a, I don't know if it's a Twitter account or some sort of social media account anyway, but there's someone who's like collected like a whole lot of like images of like people trying to sell mirrors on Facebook,
Yeah.
and everyone just trying to
Naked. Everyone naked.
just everyone trying to avoid themselves in the
I was like, why are you taking photos of the mirror while naked?
I think it was even like some of them. So like, if you wanted to see a collection of old people's shins, subscribe to this page.
We should do like an Easter special.
Now, when you say an Easter special, are we to get like giant paper mache heads
No,
or giant Easter eggs?
no.
Or a giant paper mache
We
elves.
should watch like pick an Easter movie
Okay.
Okay.
to
Yeah.
watch.
Donnie,
And I
Donnie
know-
Darko.
I know the second best movie that we should pick for it.
Bambi.
No, my one's still the second best one. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the Gene
Yeah,
Wilder
okay.
version,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
To be fair, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But only ever watch that movie every Easter.
Oh. Actually,
Just over and over again.
And each time, like, we'll find something new, like, to be freaked out by it.
So today we're focusing in on
The Tunnel.
the tunnel,
will be,
yeah.
The Tunnel will be the first episode.
Yes, no, I didn't
And then
know.
the following year, when we're okay, now we're just gonna like just focus on Slugworth,
Yeah, and then just Grand.
and then the
Grand.
Candyman,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
is the guy in the guy who actually runs the candy store. We'll focus on him and the fact that during his song and when he lifts up his tray to get out from behind the till, he does fucking swack a child so fucking
Yeah.
hard in the face. I'd like to know what our view of the court case would have been.
That would be quite a claim, alright, yeah.
my headcanon is that kid's father or mother was a dentist.
Oh.
That's the
Yeah, I got that.
that's the 10th out of every 9 out of 10 dentists.
I actually
9 out of
asked,
10 dentists agree with this toothpaste. The other one is an asshole.
The other one's
over
Charles
the last year I had to go to 3 dentists over the last year, right, for an issue for the issue. Do you remember with my tooth?
Yeah.
And I had to go to 3 different dentists, and I actually did ask them, has your opinion ever been asked on Colgate or like and every single one of them went, no, I actually don't know any dentist who ever's been asked about them. So it's like, so
yeah,
people-
they're all like actors, like surely.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, like 9 out of 10 dentists agree, and I was like, well, I've actually spoken to 3 dentists who have informed me that they nor any of their other dentist friends that they know have ever even been asked.
9 out of 10 dentists don't know of any other dentists who've been asked to do this advertisement. The 1 out of 10 is a paid actor and will be paid handsomely for lying to
To be fair,
about our
3 out of
product.
3 out of 3 dentists confirmed that they'd never been asked.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one here with 100% success rate on that one.
So we need to compile all of our dental surgeons.
It is generally a question you should ask your dentist. Just been like, out of curiosity, have you ever been asked to take part in one of those surveys?
Have you taken the gravy? Have you taken the?
So
Have you drank the Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
So for
Colgate.
any dentist,
Have you drank the Listerine?
There we go.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Listerine. Sensitive myself, actually.
Well, you are a sensitive boy.
I'm a Colgate girl.
I have to have Sensitive. Otherwise, hot things and cold things hurt me. All my food must be temperate and easy to chew.
Alright, fucking baby bear.
I am my own grandpa.
Could you chew this steak for me, dear?
I also
That's
don't
what I
like.
got
I
eaten for.
also don't really like the woke people when they get to like nursery rhymes, and it's just like, "Daddy's was too hot, but Mommy's was too cold, but Baby's was just right." And it's like, well, we all know why Mommy's was too cold now, don't we? Because she had to still make the other ones. I was like, oh, fuck off. Just piss fuck right off. Like,
rainbow coloured sheep, have you any wool?
that's another one I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck
No,
you.
no. We stand a black sheep in this household.
I love black sheep. And that was the
That was a movie.
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Neal was in that draw? Fucking hell.
So was Steve Kloves.
Yeah, he's never going to get through, to be fairness.
He's actually been the producer for
Yeah.
four of them.
What a prat indeed.
They actually said that because Chris Columbus, he was the director for the first one. They actually said he was more of a kid on the set than the children.
Yeah, yeah.
He had a basketball net set up for it,
Mm.
so they could like have like release, so they could basically like play around during scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was very encouraging of it because he liked using it himself.
Mm.
And they had to get rid of the basketball net because the kids used to go and play with it after they'd already been through wardrobe and makeup.
Yeah.
So they'd be sweating like mental, and then they'd have to redo,
Go back in
and redo everything. And they basically said to all the kids, "You cannot go and play after you've done X, Y, or Z."
You are not allowed to play basketball while you're wearing your wizard's robes.
That was pretty much on par, word for word, of what was told to them.
So says the Grand Dragon. Brenda Gleeson.
Come on yourself.
Jesus.
The fuck now.
Just another book. Gary Oldman. Which is basically like a 30-second cameo.
Yeah.
Miranda
He earns a
Richardson.
spot. He earns a spot.
We pay him enough. He earns a spot.
Alan.
Alan!
Alan!
Oh, Maggie.
I didn't deserve to be on the second piece of paper.
This is the third.
I should have been Should have been on the fast.
Timothy Thorne. How the fuck did he give, like... I can't believe Rafe Spall's his son. David Bradley. Considering Warwick Davis plays like 4 roles in this, you think he would have been a bit more...
He should actually appear in the credits 4 times.
Not the R2D2 man. He's still done.
Yeah.
Mark Williams.
Suits you, sir.
Suits you.
Oof.
Father Brown.
Oof. Oof. Suits you, sir.
Robert Pattinson. There's the other Tri-Wizard people.
Mm.
And the Warner Brothers Pictures. I love that actor. That's a great one.
Heyday! We don't have to keep playing this. It's not like the fucking
No,
Avengers.
no, you can. No, you can.
Yeah.
Outro.
Like,
Yeah.
we know what's coming next
Yes.
is probably the worst thing that's ever happened to mankind. That is Dolores.
Yes.
I fucking hate her so much. It's amazing that you literally have a literal Nazi in your as a character in this, and yet people hate her more.
Yeah.
Because she's more relatable.
I was just about to say
she's
everyone.
Everybody has had one of
fucking
those in their life.
Yeah.
It's her garish colour palette. That's what it was.
Oh, she's such a fucking
She's fucking
arsehole. But yeah, I think this might actually be the longest film.
Sure, I presume the last 2 movies are 3 hour now. We're at 2 hours 30 now at the minute, so
Alright, so that has a run the Deathly Hallows.
I'm nearly sure one of them goes to the 250. I think. I did check these before, once upon a time. So
Deathly Hallows Part 1 is 226.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Part 2 is 210.
What about Twilight New Dawn?
That's not even on order. Oh, the Phoenix is 218.
Yeah, it's saying here. So yeah, according to this, the Chamber of Secrets is the longest movie.
Actually, do you know what? Yeah, because I felt it as well.
Yeah. So
Half-Blood Prince is 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That is far too fucking long for that film.
Yeah, but this is the second longest movie.
Yeah.
Then it's the Half-Blood Prince,
It's the third longest.
Sorcerer's Stone, then the first Deathly Hallows,
Yeah.
Prison of Azkaban, and then the second Deathly Hallows.
Philosopher.
Yeah.
I see what side the fence you're swinging on there.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's
yeah.
another difference.
But yeah, so
Distribution,
that was
very important.
that
I was
was
just reading
Harry
it down.
Potter and Transition Year.
It's called the Vatican, not the Vatican.
Jesus Christ.
Him as well.
So that was Hogwarts at TY. Which again, we got to give it to Voldemort on this. He always waits till the end of the school year.
Yeah.
That's a bit
It's after the exams are done.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's like, do you know what? I think it's because
the wizard shows up.
I think it's like he remembers himself how difficult it was at that point. He goes, you know what? I don't need to stress them all out this much.
Yeah.
I only need to really stress out one of them, and we all know he's going to fail his exams.
Exactly. Yeah.
And or not take them. So, which is true. I mean, he doesn't. Which he gets his newts, but he doesn't do his L's. Or he does his L's, but he doesn't do his newts. Yeah. So, I mean, Harry was never destined for academic endeavours.
Yeah, for an academic success. Yeah.
He's a practical learner.
His main character energy refutes him to be
Do
normal.
you know what it is well about it? Is you're kind of like thinking, it's like, do you know what? If you actually put some effort into your like actual studies,
You would be good.
If anything, we probably would have had Voldemort killed within our third year.
Yeah.
But no, you just couldn't be arsed to open a book. Instead, you decided, I'm just going to go off and do my own thing.
Yeah.
You
Bluff
would've
it.
You were too busy focused on what that blonde-haired kid was doing in Slytherin that you couldn't get the job done.
Yeah.
He'd be too predictable. It's like a velociraptor studying your patterns. Voldemort tried to kill him in all the places should have been in, but he wasn't there.
Because I checked the library, I checked the fucking Quidditch field. I was like, I don't know where he is. Was anyone seen him? He's in the fucking sweet shop. He's been licking the window for the last 20 minutes.
It was like, out of all the possible permutations I had, that was not one of them. My God, the boy is.
Twins told him to change his flavour.
Yeah.
He's actually still in the Muggle world, Lord Voldemort. What do you mean he's still?
Who put him there?
Sorry, what do you mean he's still there? Well, actually,
he's under the stairs.
his aunt and uncle have locked him in the
Sit.
house.
And
For his own sake.
And because he's not allowed to use magic yet, because he is still under the age of... Are you fucking kidding me? The shit he pulls here at the school, but he do...
Indoor voice.
Malfoy!
Indoor voice.
Malfoy! Yeah, come here. Get him. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you... Do you know what? Fuck it. Send the Weasleys to get him in. I don't care. I don't care. This is ridiculous. But yeah. So we have got the Order of the Phoenix next. We've got year 5 coming up next.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
That's not too... I don't mind the Order of the Phoenix.
Well, this is actually new for myself and Kira this time because you haven't seen this
haven't
movie,
seen
yeah.
Order of the
So
Phoenix,
it'll be
that's
interesting.
I don't mind Order of the Phoenix purely just because I know it's kind of coming to an end.
Yeah. We're on the home stretch, as it were.
I'm
Yeah.
into the home stretch. I'm not looking forward to Half-Blood Prince because it's just one of those. It's a filler.
It's a setup movie more so.
It's
It's
very
quite
much a filler movie.
in that way. I don't think it's very rude.
There's one really good fucking scene in it. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
I just think it's rude to read someone's diary.
Fucking take that up shit with Ginny then. You didn't say anything about her in the chamber.
She can do what she likes.
But yeah, so we will see you next time.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a special weekend at Amy's coming up.
Well, this
Night of
one would be.
Champions.
This one's the.
How late are we going to have Night of Champions out before or after?
Well, Night of
this?
Champions is going to be out like tomorrow.
Yeah, so we will
Express
have
edits.
Yeah.
So
So,
I-
we
yeah.
hope you enjoyed our special
Yes.
Night of Champions.
This is such a mindfuck because like this is going to come out after both Night of Champions and then after the quiz as well.
God damn.
So this is a mindfuck. We are well into the future here.
This is after the quiz.
This will be after the quiz, yeah.
Winner, chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
Winner.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about spoilers.
Whoop, whoop.
Who got my question right?
You'll find out in the
Yeah.
edits. Yes.
What question was yours again?
That's a great question.